Man, what do you guys want to talk about? Did anything happen on social media today that you guys want to talk about? I don't know, man. I seem to have ruffled feathers, bro. Over what? Over what? It's amazing, man. It's amazing. The full moon was out. It's not even Halloween yet, man. The full moon was out. And the half-witted fucking retards were out all day today. It's great. It's great. We have news. We got news on Money in the Bank. I was right again. My prediction was right again. Add this to the list of things I was right about this year. Money in the Bank may be moving to WrestleMania. I wonder where you heard that one from. Also, CM Punk voted off the island of AEW. At this point, I don't fucking blame him. He may have been right when he says he works with nothing but fucking children. Punk voted off the island. Chris Jericho calls him a cancer. Detriment to the locker room. A return upon a return upon a return for Triple H. And who the fuck is Uncle Howdy, man? Who's Uncle Howdy? The sleuths on social media seem to have figured it out again because of earrings. We'll talk about it. Anyway, guys, it is VIP only Sunday, man. It is VIP only Sunday. That's what we do, man. If you ain't a VIP, become one. It's great. And I'm going to the OTS venue, man. They don't want to admit it, but it's the hottest place in the fucking community. I got my beverage, it's ice cold. And I got one question for you guys tonight, man. What the fuck are you drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. It is October 30th, 2022. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS venue. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Sunday evenings, wherever you may be. This is episode 450 of the flagship podcast right here on Off the Script. Man, what a day. What a day. You know, I get that probably some of you are here because you want me to talk about whatever happened today, which I find to be utterly ridiculous, I thought whatever happened today was absolutely nonsensical. It was a waste of everybody's time. A lot of people made themselves look like fools. And I know a lot of people want me to sit here and shit on the entire AEW women's locker room. You want me to shit on Britt Baker. You want me to shit on everybody that was involved in this thing. I will give my opinion on it in the most logical way possible. I'm not going to defame anybody. I'm not going to talk shit about anybody, but I will let my opinion be known, which is what we do here. I'm not sure if you're aware. You may be living in the fucking 2022 realm where things that are said that may not fit your narrative you don't like and you want people fucking canceled over it. We don't do that here. I'm sorry. You don't have any fucking boundaries to come on my show or on my social media and claim that I said something wrong when I'm within every right of my fucking boundaries to give an opinion on pro wrestling at the end of the day. There are many things that I like. Video games, music, cooking, right? I could go to a fucking restaurant and say, this shit sucks. Am I in the wrong? Should I be canceled? No. I went on social media the day of release with Slipknot's new album. I'm a big heavy metal advocate. Slipknot's album was the fucking worst piece of shit that I've ever heard from them since, I don't know, 15 years ago? Garbage. I don't see fucking Corey Taylor coming at me claiming that JD's an asshole. Go fuck yourself. He did that by himself. And he basically blasted all of the Slipknot fan base. But I'm within my given right to say whatever the fuck I want. It sucks. And that's okay. That's okay, right? If my mom cooked me a fucking Italian dinner and it sucked, Ma, this is not to say what happened. Listen, man, you're losing your touch. Listen, Ma, you're losing your touch after 20 years. What happened? Come on, give me a break. I don't believe this shit. I really don't understand this shit. It is professional wrestling at the end of the day, okay? How many people are watching football today? How many people are watching football? Jesus fucking Christ, the Braves got eliminated after winning the World Series last year. I've been a Braves fan since I was 4 years old. They got eliminated. I said the Braves suck. They made decisions and they fucking didn't hit as a team. They suck. The Yankees got swept by the Astros. How many fucking Yankee fans were out there the next day, not even the next day, the night of, and said the Yankees suck? How many people attended that last game with the Braves and the Mets lost the division to the Braves at Citi Field? How many people, 40,000 or so people in that stadium, said the Mets fucking suck? It is a way of life, folks. It is a way of life. It is okay. Do not listen to the fucking people on social media. If you do not like something, you can sit there and express however you want that you don't like something, okay? Everybody ganged up on me today. Everybody ganged up on me today for this tweet. This tweet. There it is. I got photographic evidence here, okay? All Elite Wrestling's official Twitter account tweets out, #the problem. Yes, she is a problem to everybody's viewing habits. Marina Shafir gets another shot at the TBS title when she faces the undefeated, yet currently beltless, because this is the best that they have for the TBS championship. TBS champion Jade Cargill once again live from Baltimore at AEW Dynamite this Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on TBS Network. So clearly, I am in my given right. I am within my boundaries to say what I want to say on social media. I did not disparage anybody. I did not disrespect anybody. I did not go out there and at anybody. I didn't cause a shitstorm, right? They want to drum up drama from basically nothing. Please, for the love of God, no, is what I said there, okay? Now, my tweet as of this writing, as of this podcast, has nearly 600 likes. 600 fucking likes on a thread, on a tweet that didn't get 2,000 likes from the official AEW Twitter account. I got nearly half of the fucking amount of likes the original post got with my tweet. So am I in the wrong? Am I the only person in the fucking community that thinks that this match utterly and totally fucking sucks? I don't get it. I don't really understand it. The logic here. The logic behind everybody's way of thinking is so fucking skewed. First of all, now you're going to really fucking piss me off. First of all, I don't even remember when the last time Marina Shafir was on fucking television. When was Marina Shafir on television? I don't remember. That may be a good thing. That may be a very good thing. Nobody wants to remember such hideous fucking television, number one. Number two, what has she done on television to warrant a TBS championship against the undefeated champion in Jade Cargill? I'd love for somebody in the company to fucking tell me and come into my DMs are open. Somebody come and tell me what Marina Shafir did on Dynamite to warrant a fucking title shot. Nothing. Nothing. You'll have the fucking irrelevant geek online. Oh, well, she won dark matches, man. I'm sorry. Dark doesn't count. AEW's gotten rid of their rankings. Dark doesn't count. Stop using that as a fucking excuse. You are not allowed to use that as your excuse anymore. So again, I ask, what the fuck has Marina Shafir done on television to warrant another title shot? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Do you guys see in the tweet? I mean, did I at Jade Cargill? Did I at Marina Shafir? I don't think I added anybody, man. I was minding my own business, giving myself the pleasure of expressing my opinion on a match that should not be happening. I'm sorry, I don't know anybody in the community that's clamoring for another Jade Cargill and Marina Shafir match. If you're upset with me, take it up with fucking Tony Khan, who books this fucking garbage. Don't take your frustrations out on me, okay? So, right then and there, I don't know what we're arguing about if everything that I said is factual information, okay? Then we get into the replies, which then this escalates, right? Jade Cargill says, damn, I heard you all the way from your mother's basement. Calm down, Mark. So we got the TBS champion, right? Jade Cargill, a woman of status in the company, right? Going out there on social media, lowering herself to such standards by using the tired and very, very, very lame mother's basement comment to yours truly, like, I never fucking heard that one before. I never heard that joke before, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Who's writing your material? Dane Cook? Guy hasn't been fucking funny in 20 years. Give me a fucking break with this shit. She heard me all the way from my mother's basement. I'm sorry, my mother's basement, if I actually wanted to show you fucking geeks where I actually dwell and reside, my mother's basement is quite nice, man. It's very nice. Homemade bar installed. I got whiskey from all over the world in my fucking bar, man. The nicest glassware. I got ice molds out the fucking ass. I got everything that you would need to fucking teach a goddamn fucking cocktail class. I got vinyl hanging on the wall. I got a whole fucking entertainment space downstairs. Got a workout room downstairs. But I live in my mother's basement, says Jade Cargill, the TBS champion, somebody of stature in this company, somebody that represents this company in a very PR way, somebody that Tony Khan relies on to go out there and get shit done for the company. She's out there on social media replying to me in that manner. Why? Has anybody asked themselves today why? I know why. Because it was against what she believes is the right narrative. I'm supposed to sit here and stay in my lane. Jade Cargill and the rest of the pro wrestlers in this industry say to people like me, stay in your lane. You're not a professional wrestler. Skewed and mentally fucking dumb are pro wrestlers. The majority of them. Some of the pro wrestlers I know are actually normal fucking human beings. The industry is filled with egomaniacal, narcissistic fucking airheads that don't grasp reality from fucking fantasy. They're all living in some fucking fantasy world. People like that hate people like me because I've developed a following and a very, very serious following. I have pull. I have influence online to a point where Jade Cargill is in my fucking mentions. And I got other people from today that I won't mention in my DMs. Why are they in my DMs? Because what I say holds weight. What I say holds value. They don't like when people speak the truth. They don't like when people are honest and open about anything. Stay in your lane, says the pro wrestler. I'm sorry. Do you tell that to a movie critique? Do you tell that to the fucking ESPN analysts every fucking Sunday that are analyzing your football games? Do you tell that to Bob Costas, or do you tell that to Joe Buck when they're announcing the fucking baseball games and the playoff games on Fox and TBS and TNT and ESPN? I'm sorry. When are pro wrestlers all of a sudden void from fucking any criticism? I don't get it. I don't get it. You should fucking value someone like me who's open and honest. I praised that fucking company for 3 fucking years, up and down. I planted my fucking flag and placed my cap on that fucking hill to defend everything that Tony Khan has done when I've been criticized more times than I care to remember. I've defended that fucking women's division more times than I care to remember by giving a subpar fucking television, giving everybody my critique about how to make it better from a fan's point of view of 30 years experience. Yet I'm told to stay in my fucking lane. I'm told to sit there and don't talk about pro wrestling. Don't give your opinion on pro wrestling. Would you like to silence everybody like me because of our brutal honesty? That's what I want to know. You know, I work for a wrestling promotion. Do you want to know the fucking great thing about that wrestling promotion that I value, that I take to bed with me every night a show ends like it did last night? Do you want to know what brings me great joy? It's the fucking fact that the roster reaches out to me and they ask me, what did you think about the show? What did you think about the performances? What would you do differently if you were in charge? And they take it, they assess it, they value it, and then they give it to who needs it. They don't need to come to me. Why do they come to me? Because they know when they come to me, they're going to get right to the fucking point. They're going to get the honest, brutal answer. That's what I value. That's what I value. I don't give a shit about anything else. The moments, the fucking fact that I'm there calling a fucking Shingo match with Low Key last night. I don't give a shit about that. That's just the cherry on top of the cake. The fucking fact of the matter is when you got fucking management and fucking people in that company that have pull come to me and Solid Monster saying, what'd you think of the show? Because they value our opinion, because we're honest. Why did Jade attack me today? Because my tweet got just as many likes as the fucking original tweet, and everybody in the thread, I would say 90% of the people in the thread agreed with me or said something similar, a lot worse than what I said, mind you, something similar or a lot worse than what I said in the thread. 90% of the people said the same fucking thing I said, but because I have a check mark, next to my name, it was a clear fucking target at 11:30 a.m. in the morning. Apparently, Jade Cargill's taking fucking Baron Corbin lessons on what to do in social media life at 11:30 in the morning. I haven't even had a fucking first cup of coffee in the morning, and I got Jade Cargill in my fucking mentions telling me that I dwell in my mother's basement and she can't hear me and calling me a mark. I'm sorry, what did I do to piss in your fucking coffee this morning? All I said was, please, God, no. For the love of God, no. All over Marina Shafir and a match with Marina and Jade Cargill on Wednesday's Dynamite that A, doesn't make sense, and B, nobody has a fucking interest in. I don't get it. So I called her out about the lame insult. She says my podcast sucks, which, join the fucking list of people that have told me that one. Again, lame, reused material. I'm sorry. A woman of such intelligence using fucking F-level jokes. Yeah, I'm really harmed in that battle. Give me a fucking break. And then she tells me I can't do a pull-up. So not only Not only did we go, listen, this is up until this point, this is the list of things that transpired. I claimed, without mentioning anybody, that I don't want to see a match that's happening on Wednesday that the majority of the fucking community doesn't want to see or care for. She says that I live in my mother's basement. She calls me a mark. She says my podcast sucks. And then she says I don't know how to do a fundamental, ordinary exercise in the gym. It's great. So at the end of the day, what that decoded is I'm a fat slob who sits in his fucking armchair booking chair and does nothing all day but eat fucking Doritos and sits here in front of my crusty fucking keyboard. Is what Jade Cargill is pretty much basically telling you. So all of this transpired, and obviously I went back and forth. Blah, 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 blah. It's my opinion. I don't know where I mentioned you. I've defended, and you guys know I've defended Jade Cargill for 3 fucking years, man. It might have started off a little rocky, but, man, I've said this, and Jesse can attest to this. Jesse, my partner on Wednesday nights, man. I'm not the only voice on Wednesday nights. Jesse is there with me on Wednesday nights, and he and I discuss this shit weekly. And we've defended Jade Cargill about how she's getting better. And when she has a great match, she has a great match. And when she's looked good, she looked good. When she's got an off night, she has an off night. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that wrong? Right? You want to hear about the good things, right? But you don't want to hear about the night that you had an off night. I'm sorry. I praised you with your fucking, skit to Tony Schiavone. Cut the shit, Tony. I like it. I like the attitude. Your promo ability got a lot better. Blah, 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 blah. I've said it all. No, but that's the type of shit that kind of goes and gets swept under the rug. They don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear that shit at all. So she's basically dug her grave in this entire back and forth on social media, calling me out for basically not saying anything about her. And all of a sudden now everybody's coming to Marina Shafir's defense for whatever fucking reason. That's the fucking hill you want to die on. Defending Marina Shafir. When the majority of the fucking community, and I'm sure those in the locker room who don't want to say anything, know I'm right. The fuck is she getting TV time for? She's a fucking charisma vacuum. Maybe great. Swell human being. I'm not here to talk about swell human beings. I'm here to talk about the fucking show. What makes the show worse? What makes the show better? That's my opinion of the show. You can't handle it? Fuck off. Can't handle it? Go watch somebody else that's gonna fucking sugarcoat shit and suck your dick for 2 hours. It's not gonna be me. So clearly this all escalates, and then I got one after the other. Literally, it was like fucking clockwork. One after another, after another, after another, after another. People all day, check marks all day. People within that women's locker room all day tweeting me. For what? For what? The fact that I don't want to see a Marina Shafir match? That entire locker room rested on this hill. That is the battle that they wanted to fucking go to war with. That is the battle they wanted to go to war with. Marina Shafir. This was one of the best ones. Rebel. And let's be real, Rebel, may be a great person out of WWE. I don't know her. They don't know me. They think they do. They think they know me. They don't. Rebel, who's basically only on TV because she's riding the coattails of Britt Baker, let's be honest. I mean, that's the only reason why she's there. If she wasn't with Britt Baker, she would not be on television. Read it again, she says, at JD from NY206. Your defensiveness is not allowing you to see straight. This is not about a singular post. So this is not about what I said earlier to Jade Cargill. You know what you have said. Not about me, all the women, period. And then she adds, because she clearly didn't have enough characters in that original tweet to put the additional text that she put at the bottom here, and men, for that matter, too. So Rebel is basically telling you that I'm not allowed to express my opinion. What Rebel is telling you is that I am a sexist and that I disparage all women everywhere, that I disparage all women in the AEW women's locker room. Okay? Now, I would have screenshot Britt Baker's tweet, but I don't really want to bring attention to what she did on social media today, but I'm going to dabble in that just a little bit, okay? So, Rebel only got involved because Britt initially tweeted me that basically her and her camp have watched me for months spread what they deem is false information, and they have been laughing at me and Jesse for months on Wednesday night. It's great. So Britt has been laughing at me and Jesse for months on Wednesday night, which spawned this reaction from Rebel, okay? And I'm going to pull it up again, okay? Just in case you guys want to see it again, that I'm not going crazy. So Britt actively goes on social media and says that they've been laughing at me for months. Chelsea Green chimes in, likes the tweet. Deonna Purrazzo chimes in, likes the tweet. She even left a fucking gif saying, yeah, it's true. Then we got Nyla Rose chiming in, Sonny Kiss chiming in, Tay Conti chiming in. I mean, you guys can go to the threads and see this all for yourself. So, again, let me backtrack. Britt says they've been laughing at me and mocking me for months for spreading false information. Then we got Rebel coming on here saying, you know what you have said, not about me, all the women. So she's basically telling everybody on her Twitter wall that I am all these dastardly evil things, and I'm a sexist, I'm a feminist, and or the not feminist, a sexist and a asshole, a homophobe, all these things, right? I'm against the men and I'm against the women. Meanwhile, we got Britt Baker out there basically admitting to the world that they've been laughing at me for months. It's very hypocritical, if you ask me. Very hypocritical at the end of the day, if you ask me. So it's okay for you to go on social media and shit on me, basically telling everybody you've been laughing at me for months. And then you go on social media and spread lies, apparently, about what I said about all the women. Actively drumming up people in your thread to come and say all this dastardly evil shit about me, right? It's a very hypocritical fucking statement, if you ask me, Miss Rebel. This was basically all over a fucking quote, a tweet that I put to the AEW Twitter account about a match with Jade Cargill and Marina Shafir. I didn't mention anybody. I didn't add anybody. I didn't say anything mean. I didn't say anything inappropriate to anybody. Yet this drummed up all this hostility from the AEW women's locker room. Number one, thank you for listening to the show. And I'm sure most of you will continue listening to the show because I'm telling you right here to your face, I will not be fucking changing a goddamn fucking thing. You want to know what I think? You're going to have to tune into the fucking show. You want that fucking risque content to a point where I am drawing the attention that I do? Motherfucker, I ain't changing fucking anybody. It's what brought me to the dance. Sometimes that's very captivating to people. Sometimes that's very admirable to people. Why am I going to change now? Because the entire AEW women's locker room all of a sudden attacked me for a fucking tweet that said nothing inappropriate. Tay Conti replied to me saying that, oh, you thought Jade Cargill was going to side with you when you tweeted her. Instead, you made yourself look like a fool. Ha, ha, ha. It's sad and funny, she says. Go to my Twitter wall. It's right there. All over a wrestling opinion. I'm sorry. Jade Cargill made herself look like a fucking fool, not me. Over what? A tweet about Jade Cargill and Marina Shafir. If you can fucking pinpoint what started all of this earlier this morning at 11:30, if you can find the one inappropriate thing that I said to start all of this, I would love for somebody to fucking tell me exactly what the fuck it is, because I know for a fucking fact it's not about my stance on a fucking match that I don't want to see on Wednesday night. If you think that they attacked me in droves over my opinion about this fucking match, you are a fucking blithering idiot. This is way deeper than Marina Shafir and Jade Cargill. What I think was the situation was Jade put out a tweet as bait. I replied like a dumbass. Then this opened up the floodgates. Jade was like, oh, there you go. Lift the gates. Britt chimes in. Rebel chimes in. All of Britt's camp chimed in. Tay Mello chimes in. Sonny Kiss, Nyla Rose, this one, that one. There you go. Maybe I'm at fault for actually answering the initial Jade Cargill tweet. But if you think this is all over a fucking match about Jade Cargill, Marina Shafir, man, you are sadly mistaken. This was absolutely done strategically. This was done by design. And this was a hit piece, once again, out on me because of shit that I said in the past about Britt Baker. That's the fucking issue. Now, I would love for somebody to come and fucking tell me what the story is Otherwise, what I said sticks. If anybody's out there that can give me a fucking reason as to why what happened today happened, I'd love to know. I'd love to know. Because it certainly wasn't over a fucking wrestling match happening on Wednesday night. And if anybody wants to go out there and refute what I've said and what Jesse said about Britt Baker, I would love for somebody to fucking come and tell me that it's absolutely not fucking true. If I'm such a liar, if I'm such a bullshit artist, what the fuck are you doing in my DM? Need a fucking break with this shit. Everything that I said about everything in that division, take it as fucking criticism from the heart. Passionate fucking wrestling fans that want to see you and that division do better. I'm sorry that I'm open and honest, and sometimes that rubs people the fucking wrong way. If that bothers you, this is the wrong fucking show. Go watch somebody else. I will not change what brought me to the fucking dance. Not one single thing will I change. Because at that point, I'm not making myself happy, and I'm not making the fucking people that are in this goddamn chat room fucking happy. Because they'll be the fucking first people to tell me, Jade, that you changed. I ain't changing for nobody, don't worry. Don't worry. I say the same shit about everybody else in the WWE. You don't see fucking WWE wrestlers, maybe Baron Corbin, maybe Alexa Bliss, because they're fucking sensitive fucking ninnies. Not everybody comes in and tweets me their displeasure about what I said. And I said some fucking crazy shit. Crazy shit. I don't see Charlotte Flair in my DMs saying when I talk about Charlotte Flair's political, like there's no fucking, what am I, dummy? I see it with the fucking place I work at, that there's internal fucking politics going on. This politics, wrestling is a very political landscape. You don't mean to tell me that there's no internal politics in that fucking locker room? Look at what happened today. Y'all ganged up on me like fucking Jaws on the Orca. Absolutely a political landscape in that entire fucking locker room. Same thing with WWE. I'm not afraid to call shit out when I see it. There absolutely is. And if there's not, whatever, I'm not there. I only call what I see on television. I only call what I read online. And that's what we do. We're all in this to make a fucking penny. We're all in this to make business. Drive clicks, views, and this and that. Everybody does it. Would you rather me not talk about the news? Or would you rather me go out there, develop a fucking audience from basically nothing, taking myself from a fucking dead-end 9-to-5 job, make a name for myself on here, and become one of the largest wrestling personalities on Twitter, and the number one, mind you, and I'm gonna fucking stroke my own ego for a second, the number one fucking show in the entire fucking community, live, Monday, Tuesday when I want to cover that shit show called NXT, Wednesday, Friday, and every major pay-per-view, whether it's Ring of Honor, WWE, AEW, GCW, or if I wanted to fucking cover Impact. Oh, man. Nobody's watching Impact, man. Nobody's watching Impact. Give me a fucking break. Number one, no matter what I do. Why? Maybe you should fucking ask yourself why. Is it because of my handsome good looks? No. Is it because they love my AEW hoodie that they think is fucking unwashed? No. Is it because of my beautiful fucking background that I could thank Deviate Designs for this lovely background? No. It's because I'm open, I'm honest, and I'm upfront with everybody, and I don't bullshit how I feel about shit. And if you can't handle that, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not. Go watch Sap, okay? He'll give it to you how you want to hear it. With a nice lather of fucking butter and some raspberry jam. He'll even put it in the fucking oven for you, toast it a little bit, brown the top a little bit. That's exactly what he'll do. Everybody fucking came out in droves and defended everything else that was going on but me. The only people that defended me were the fucking people in this chat and the people with a logical brain. Even some people that did not fucking appreciate me and hated me came out and said, this is all over Marina Shafir. That's the fucking hill you want to die on. I didn't get any other fucking personality in the goddamn fucking community to sit there and say, you know what he did was not wrong. They could all fucking suck my dick and kiss my ass. There's a reason why I don't want to work with anybody, because they're all fucking fake. They're all talking about me indiscreetly. They're all talking about me in subtweets without mentioning me about the situation, because they know that I was right, but they will never admit it. You fucking break with this shit. I stood up for that locker room more times than anybody else in this fucking community, and I've called shit out the way that I see it in a very, very fair and balanced way. It is very heartbreaking to see the fucking company that you have covered for 3 years employ people that don't give a shit about you in any way, shape, or form, because you spoke ill will about one thing, and you are the fucking biggest villain in the entire community. I'm glad Jade Cargill woke up this morning and decided that, hey, look at this guy with fucking social media poll. Look at the likes he's got. Let me bury him today. Real professional there. Holding a fucking TBS championship, thinking that she's on top of the fucking world. In my honest opinion, you know, Jade Cargill wants to go around undefeated. In my honest opinion, the first person to give Jade Cargill an L was JD because of this situation. That's the fucking hill you want to die on. After all that I did, after all that I do for this fucking company, that's the way the locker room wants to fucking treat me. That's the way the locker room wants to come at me. That shit sucks, man. That shit is fucking lame. Lame as fuck. Really makes me think differently about the fucking product that Tony Khan is creating. It really does. Every single week I give my critique on everything fair and balanced, and that's the way I get fucking treated. It's unreal to me. None of this should have happened today. None of it. All because I said, please, for the love of God, no. One camp makes it about themselves, and then Jade Cargill makes herself look like a fucking dummy. All because I said something bad about Marina Shafir. Not even. Out of context, like they usually do with me. Oh, JD talked about this match. He doesn't like females. I don't know where this narrative comes from, that I don't like women's wrestling. Jesus fucking Christ. Tell me you have not listened to a fucking thing that I said if you think I hate women's wrestling. The amount of fucking women I put over on this fucking show every week is sickening. That you want to take something that some fucking irrelevant fucking troll account says online, spin it to make me look like a fucking demon, and then this tweet that blew up into fucking Mount Fuji, that's what you want to go and run with. I don't get it. I don't get it. Then you got everybody chiming in. Nobody came to my defense. Nobody. People want me canceled. People want me to go away. People think this is the end. Blah, blah. I ain't going nowhere. Where the fuck am I going? Where am I going? I took my vacation for the year, motherfucker. I'm here weekly. Get used to it. My voice is back. Get used to it. You ain't canceling me. I ain't going anywhere. I'm not losing my verified status. I ain't going nowhere. Where am I going? You may want me to go somewhere because it doesn't fit your fucking narrative. Doesn't fit what you're trying to sell people. I'm sorry. There's always somebody out there that's going to not want what you're selling. Not going to buy what you're selling. In closing, this is what I will say. If there is anything out there that is falsified, I will openly apologize. When that day comes, I will apologize. When that day is, I don't know. I will personally apologize to everybody online, on this platform, on this podcast, on Twitter. I will personally apologize if things are falsified. For Jade Cargill and Marina Shafir, you've set yourself one heavy fucking duty on Wednesday night. I'm looking at both of you, and I know somehow, some way, this will get back and somebody will fucking add fuel to the fire. Good. Good. Come Wednesday with this match, Jade Cargill versus Marina Shafir for the TBS title. Motherfucker, if you two do not put on a Johnny Gargano and fucking Adam Cole NXT TakeOver 7-star classic, you can guarantee that I will rip this thing to shreds. Why? Because at this point, you both deserve it. I will let every fucking person listening to me that night and the fucking days to follow what I thought of that match, and I will hold nothing back. Why? Because I'm fucking allowed to. If you don't like it, go watch somebody else that's gonna fucking paint a beautiful fucking picture to boost your fucking ego. We don't do that here. You want honesty? You want upfront, truthful fucking wrestling talk? Pop yourself open a cold beverage or make your favorite cocktail. Sit down and enjoy the fucking show. I don't believe I had to sit here for a fucking hour and talk about this fucking cancerous community. How many people did you fucking turn off from your promotion today? For the fucking actions that people took upon themselves today. Never seen so many fucking soft personalities in my entire life. What the fuck has humanity come to? And people are asking, why did you close your comments? I don't know. Maybe the fucking 1,000 death threats that I got today. Calling me a homophobe and a racist and this and that and fucking all this other. Yeah, I'm sorry I closed my fucking comments down. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you joining me today. Hit the fucking thumbs up. I got 3,100 people in here. There's no fucking reason why we're not at 1,500 likes. Super chats are open. Get them on in. Memberships are open. We got 8 new members today. Love you guys. Channel's dead, though. Channel's dead, though. Sure thing. Get them on in. Follow me on social media, and I thank everybody that's followed me today on social media, at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Fred, dude, they got me trending on Twitter today, bro. Good. Good. Thanks to the AEW Women's Locker Room. Getting me trending, man. You know, CM Punk might have been right. CM Punk might have been right, man. Working with fucking children. The only thing that really presented itself today was how toxic the AEW Women's Locker Room is. And clearly, with the amount of people from one side that tweeted me, it may be coming from that side. Also, go check out all the other videos that you guys might have missed on the channel. Everything you need is on the homepage. I don't need to tell you guys the spiel. You know it. Go check out all the other videos. And I will be live again tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw, as always, right here on Off the Script. Moving on, man. Let's get into the news. Got a lot of it. Shinsuke Nakamura wrestling the great Muta at Pro Wrestling Noah in the new year. Shinsuke Nakamura, SmackDown superstar, heading to Pro Wrestling Noah. The promotion confirmed Sunday morning that Nakamura will wrestle the great Muta in a singles match at Noah's The New Year 2023 event on January 1 at Budokan Hall. Nakamura reacted to the news on Twitter by noting, "This is a miracle. WWE typically doesn't allow contracted talent to work for other promotions, even for one-offs, unless it's a situation where a wrestler has made commitments with another promotion before signing with the WWE. Perhaps this will become the new norm in WWE for special occasions, with Triple H leading the charge of creative and talent relations, unlike when Vince McMahon was running things." the great Muta is planning to retire. Retirement tour will end on February 21, 2023 at the Tokyo Dome. He is set to have his final match in New Japan on November 20 at the New Japan Stardom Historic X Over event, where he will team with Kazuchika Okada and Toriano against Khan, Jeff Cobb, and Aaron Henare. So, Muta's final match under the persona will happen on January 22nd, 2023 as the Great Muta Final Goodbye event in Yokohama, where he will team with AEW's Sting. Their opponents have not been announced. A lot of people are saying, JD, this is Triple H opening up the forbidden door. Everybody's like, oh my God, forbidden door open, forbidden door opening. It's not a forbidden door opening. Could it be a forbidden door opening? Sure. Is this particular instance and situation a forbidden door opening? No. This is Triple H honestly sitting down and understanding the fucking legacy of one of the greatest to ever do it. One of the most influential men in the history of this business. There will never be another great Muta. This is Triple H understanding that if Shinsuke Nakamura was asked to wrestle by the great Muta's request, we don't know that Triple H is going to give Nakamura the go-ahead to go over there and wrestle him. This is not a forbidden door. This is just WWE management, more notably Triple H, understanding how important of a fucking situation this is. It could lead to something else, but it's not anything like a forbidden door or Pro Wrestling Noah working with WWE or this or that. We'll save that for months down the line as Triple H is obviously setting to take over pro wrestling with takeover here, takeover there, NXT Japan, NXT Mexico, NXT Europe. We don't know what he's planning. He is planning a takeover. That was in the cards before they fucking blackballed him and removed him from power. Now he's just picking up the pieces that Vince and Bruce fucking killed, or thought they killed. They killed themselves. And now he's doing everything that he wanted to do in this new administration. This is not a forbidden door. This is a farewell and respectful goodbye by Triple H. You want Nakamura, you got him. That's all it is. WWE is making big changes to Money in the Bank. WWE's discussed making big changes to Money in the Bank. Now, I talked about this legitimately. I've been talking about this for years. Years. I've said this, and I've been very vocal about it every single time changes to the pay-per-view have been brought up. What was the one thing that I've always said? King of the Ring needs to be brought back. What was the second thing I always said? Move Money in the Bank back to WrestleMania. What did I say on this past weekend show when I came back from Ireland on Saturday and Sunday? What did I say? You want to know what I said? Let me reiterate it to you. Money in the Bank and the gimmick pay-per-views, goodbye. Money in the Bank is a gimmick pay-per-view. Get rid of it. What do we do with Money in the Bank? We move it back to WrestleMania. The women's Money in the Bank happens on Saturday. The men's Money in the Bank happens on Sunday. You got 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches happening on both nights of WrestleMania. That's what I would do with the new plan for the new administration. So what's the plan? Speaking exclusively with Give Me Sport, WrestleVotes noted that WWE's talked about bringing Money in the Bank back to WrestleMania. Putting Money in the Bank on WrestleMania one night for the women, one night for the men, is something that I've heard internally. I know since Hunter has taken over, the idea of one night women and one night men is indeed alive. Chalk one up, another one for Off the Script. Years I've spoken about this. Literally mentioned this over the past weekend, 7 days ago. Now it's in the news. I don't find that to be a coinky-dink. Meanwhile, you get people, oh, it's been in the works. It's been in the plans. You really? Really? It's been in the plans, right? If it was in the plans, Vince would have already done it. Vince would have already changed what was a dead and tired concept to something that is fresh and revitalizing. And he didn't. Which I find to be fucking funny, how all these changes now are happening when the old administration had these gimmicks at their grasp and did nothing with them but diminished them completely, one after another after another. Now Triple H is taking all these things that need to be changed, the simple things that need to be changed, and he is changing them. Simple. I don't know what pay-per-views they bring back for the rest of the year. You want to get rid of all these pay-per-views. Money in the Bank, Hell in a Cell, TLC, Extreme Rules. I don't know what we bring back. Judgment Day, No Way Out, Starrcade. What do we bring back? What do we fill in the blanks with? I don't know. I'm going to leave that up to him. He knows better than anybody. Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania should be your WrestleMania season. Some people argued with me, well, the Elimination Chamber doesn't really make sense. Don't know what the fuck they're talking about. If you got a brand split, it absolutely makes sense. One person has to win the Royal Rumble from one brand and the other fucking person to get their title shots, because on a normal year, we'll have 2 championships. The other championship match is determined through the Elimination Chamber. We can't have 2 championship matches come out of the Royal Rumble. So yes, it serves its purpose. Don't know why anybody would listen to a fucking geek tell you the Elimination Chamber doesn't make sense. Get rid of it. Vince made you feel that way. The Elimination Chamber is back. They announced it for Montreal, which I'm happy to see, in February. That's your WrestleMania season. What's the next big event that WWE does in the calendar year? If Money in the Bank is actually removed and put on WrestleMania, great. Long gone. It needs to be long gone. Gone should be the days of throwing everybody into a worthless Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal or a women's Battle Royal that WWE didn't have the balls to fucking name. The Sensational Sherry Battle Royal or the Sensational Sherry Invitational or something along those lines. They didn't give a shit enough to even name a fucking Battle Royal, but they want to name one after the men. Yet I'm sexist, and WWE names something after Andre and leaves it the Women's Battle Royal. Goes to show you what WWE under Vince thought of women's wrestling, but I'm the fucking sexist. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's what needs to be. Qualifying matches, 6 on one, 6 on the other, and you give people a purpose, you give people a reason to go out there and be on WrestleMania. Also, while you do the qualifying matches, it gives people a reason to care about Monday night and Friday night. Simple. What do we do in the interim? If we remove Money in the Bank, what do we do? Easy. King of the Ring. King of the Ring leads to SummerSlam, and depending on who wins, WWE has someone from Raw or someone from SmackDown win it. They get a championship match of their choosing for the championship on their brand. Simple. It basically creates captivating television. You're giving reason to Monday night and Friday night. You're filling out TV time weekly, and you're giving yourself a guaranteed main event that you don't have to put anything into. It's just there. Great. Then we got War Games, Survivor Series. This is going to single-handedly be important again with War Games. I would bring back Starrcade for December. I don't see that happening, but I wouldn't be surprised if Triple H does do it. It's a very simple change, man. This is something that I've made countless videos on. So this is not new information. This should have been done already under Vince. He was too fucking lazy to do it. He was too stuck in his ways to do it. Now he's doing it. Triple H is, not Vince. Now it's being done. The changes are being made. Hell in a Cell, gone, dead. The pay-per-view is not dead, but Hell in a Cell is still going to be a match. Not for a long time, though. Triple H is making changes to Hell in a Cell. WrestleVotes also said the show itself, Hell in a Cell, I think is completely dead. The match, from what I understand, means a lot to Hunter. Just think of the classics that he's had in there. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. So they've been feuding for 6 weeks. They got to be in there now because, it's October. The calendar says so. That's not going to happen anymore. It should be noted that the event is believed to be done, but not the match, and Triple H will use the cell in feuds that need it the right way. Holy shit, man. We need a round of applause for that. That's... I mean... How many times have we mentioned that? The one thing that that always comes back to me is when Sasha and Bayley had their first main roster feud. When they were a tag team through the pandemic and they carried Raw and SmackDown as tag team champions, they went into their feud and legitimately the first match that they had was inside Hell in a Cell. Nobody understood my point of view. Why are you complaining? Why are you bitching and moaning? Fuck off. Now you see why I'm bitching and fucking moaning. Don't tell the fucking king what to do or what to say. They don't call me the fucking ace for no reason. This is a reason that the fucking Hell in a Cell sucked. The feud just started, and you're putting the first match inside a Hell in a Cell? They did everything backwards. They went from Hell in a Cell to a fucking no DQ match to a regular match. What the fuck are you doing? You're giving me a Hell in a Cell match to start a feud instead of ending the fucking feud. I don't know why they didn't take all that they did, lead it to WrestleMania, and do Hell in a Cell between both of them at WrestleMania. Now they got to do Hell in a Cell because it's Hell in a Cell. It's October. It's Halloween. You fucking break. It should be noted that the event is still right now on the calendar. They didn't change it officially yet, but things are going to be changed as we get closer to unveiling the new pay-per-view calendar. Another thing we need to get rid of, man. Get rid of that fucking red cage. I don't know who the fuck designed that cage or wanted that design feature with the cage, but that man, along with the fucking Hell in a Cell event, needs to be fired. Seriously. I don't want to see another Hell in a Cell match at least for 2 years. 2 years. Easy. And that's just the minimum. I can't wait to see this event dead, and I can't wait to see this match brought back to prominence. Because there was no reason Vince needed to kill it the way that he did. Backstage news on WWE's next Saudi event. I mentioned this as well. Normally, WWE would go in November like they're usually doing for Crown Jewel in November next weekend. I'll be live for that. Then they would wait December, January, and then come February, they would do Crown Jewel. Or Super Showdown or something along those lines. This year, they did the Elimination Chamber. So they didn't have to add another pay-per-view in the calendar year. Instead of doing, Elimination Chamber in so-and-so city and then 2 weeks later go to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for whatever Saudi event, having 2 pay-per-views in a month is absolutely disgusting. It sucks. Look at the television show that we've been given for the last 2 weeks. It sucks. And it's all because of Crown Jewel. They're all focused around Crown Jewel. And I know when we get into that Survivor Series build, it's going to get better. But right now, they're all gung-ho for Crown Jewel, and that's all they're doing. So they would fill in the pay-per-view for February as their traditional pay-per-view, but it would emanate from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. They're doing Elimination Chamber this year from Montreal, which is going to be exciting. There's a lot of things that can happen in Montreal. But Saudi Arabia, after Crown Jewel, WWE is thinking, according to PW Insider, that there will not be a Saudi event in February, but the WWE is planning to hold the next Saudi show in the spring. However, an official date has yet to be locked down. 10-year partnership. I can't wait for it to be fucking over. Last time they did that, I believe, around this time frame, it was after WrestleMania, and they did the greatest Royal Rumble. I don't look at that as a fucking record book deal, right? How many people, there was 50 men in that Royal Rumble. 50 men in that Royal, and they counted that as the greatest Royal, they counted towards overall Royal Rumble matches. No, I'm sorry. I'm not counting that as a Royal Rumble match in the annals of Royal Rumble history. So they'll probably do Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, and then one of the Saudi shows may actually be in a month after WrestleMania as a standalone Saudi show. If I can urge one thing not to happen, don't give us 2 pay-per-views in a single month. Don't give us Backlash and then 3 weeks later go to Saudi Arabia or 2 weeks later go to Saudi Arabia. We don't want 2 pay-per-views in a single month. That is just disastrous. That is just counterproductive to everything you're doing on television. So they will be in Saudi more than likely around May or June in WWE. Triple H is interested in bringing back Tegan Nox. We saw Emma Tenille Dashwood wrestle on SmackDown. First WWE match in almost 5 years. And Fightful is reporting that the company has interest in bringing back several women. One of the names being talked about is Tegan Nox Nixon Newell. Nox was among many people released last year due to budget cuts. Nox was moved up to the main roster in the summer of 2021, and she wrestled a handful of matches on SmackDown, but then was let go just a few months later. She has not wrestled on any independent shows since her release from WWE. From what I read, I don't know if this is true, but She's having problems getting her work visa here in the United States. That may be taken care of, but I do remember reading something along those lines. Fightful was told that there were visa issues that slowed things down for her here in the United States. During the final months in the company, Nox teamed with Shotzi, Aaliyah, Liv Morgan, and Naomi on SmackDown and at live events. She was considered to be one of the good in-ring workers in NXT, so it makes sense for WWE to express interest in bringing her back. I don't even know why she was let go to begin with. Actually, I do know why she was let go to begin with, but I don't know why they opted to release her when they basically did nothing with her. It's amazing to me how people don't pick up on this shit. They called up Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart at the same time from NXT. Why? Why did they do that? Why did they call up Tegan Nox? Why did they call up Tegan and put her on SmackDown with Shotzi? They put Tegan in a tag team with Shotzi Blackheart. And that didn't make any sense. It was basically Vince and Bruce telling you, yeah, we called these two up with absolutely no idea of what to do with them. No plans for either one of them. You know what? We'll put them in a tag team. We don't have any tag teams on the main roster. Nobody will know the difference. These simps will eat it up, says Vince. So they paired two women that have no business being a tag team together, put them on SmackDown. They got bored with them within fucking 3-4 weeks, and then goodbye. Gone. But Tegan Nox did not team with Shotzi in NXT. Shotzi, if you guys remember, was NXT Women's Tag Team Champion with Athena, who's now in the AEW Women's Locker Room, and she was Ember Moon in WWE. So you opted to call up Tegan to the main roster with Shotzi, pair her with Shotzi, and they were not a tag team. But logic would say, well, we should call up Shotzi and Athena, or Ember Moon at the time, and put them on SmackDown because they were a tag team champions in NXT, and they would make sense and fans would understand it. But they didn't do that. So Shotzi got buried. She was made into a catering fucking VIP. Tegan Nox was released. They released her. Why did they release Tegan Nox? Because she was black and gold. Why did they release Tegan Nox? Because they could. Oh, you're a Triple H gal, huh? Goodbye. She was black and gold. Black and gold was the reason why Tegan Nox was released. There's no fucking way that Tegan Nox, as good as she is, was released because they had no fucking plans for her. She was released because it was a hit piece to get rid of everything that Triple H did. Fire everybody that Triple H brought into the company. If you don't like that, take it up with me in my DMs and prove me motherfucking wrong. I don't see people in my DMs after the months of takes I had on that. How many people listened to me for months tell you that was the reason? If it was not the reason, come to me and refute it. You can't. You want to know why? Because people like Kevin Nash went on his podcast and said the same fucking thing. He didn't mention names, but he said the same fucking thing. No, but I'm a bad guy. I can't express my opinion. It's all topical discussion. Discuss amongst yourselves. Tegan Nox was released because of Triple H. Not because of him specifically, because she was associated with what he did in NXT. Now she's on her way back. And this is what Triple H is doing. He's giving favors back to everybody that he could not help. They got rid of everybody. He could not help them. As soon as they made the main roster, he was a fucking distant stranger. He was no longer their boss. He was no longer their shoulder to cry on. So now he's bringing back everybody that was let go. The only thing I could see is WWE thinking, hey, she's injury prone. And she is. She's had three reconstructive knee surgeries. That's the only reason why I would deem somebody, well, maybe you're not cut out for this shit. No, but they released her not because of the injuries, but because of Triple H and her association with Black and Gold. Chelsea Green may be on her way back to the WWE with Matt Cardona. She ain't getting brownie points from me, I'll tell you that. Fuck up once. Let me see the criticism that I give to Chelsea Green. Am I going to have Chelsea Green in my fucking DMs too? I can't criticize anybody. Oh! Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona on their way back to WWE. I didn't really understand why Chelsea Green was released either. Same deal. Triple H, black and gold. How you have somebody like Chelsea Green on your roster and you don't know how to use them. She has everything you would want about a female you would want in that division. Everything. Meanwhile, she succeeded everywhere else, but WWE, they didn't want nothing to do with her. Now, yes, another injury-prone pro wrestler. Broke 2 of her wrists. Freak shit happens. Accidents happen. But I'm not going to zing her on breaking one wrist, coming back, and then breaking the other. Shit happens. Shit happens. But that doesn't mean she's fucking not valuable or can't be used. Now, Green, apparently she's still with Impact. She worked a singles match with Mickie James that is believed to be a loser leaves town match, which is likely a way to write her off television. The belief is Green wouldn't give up her regular Impact bookings unless she's returning to the WWE. She's given up her Impact bookings, and more than likely she's on her way back to WWE. One has to wonder, if we do see Chelsea Green, will we see Matt Cardona next? Matt Cardona did recently say the following in regards to a return to the WWE. He was interviewed by Metro. He says this, and I quote, "I'm not trying to get back to WWE, but I'd be lying if I said I never wanted to have a WrestleMania moment again, or I never wanted to wrestle at Madison Square Garden again. Of course I would. If Triple H called me right now, if I had that 203 area code for Stamford, Connecticut, come up, of course I'd pick up. But right now I'm focusing on being the best me possible and having the most fun possible and making the most money possible." And there's not one person that would look at Matt Cardona and not want him back in the WWE, because he took the Cody Rhodes route. Cody Rhodes left WWE 6 years ago to go do what he did with AEW, make a name for himself and make himself into a main event guy that they did not initially see. He's done that, and now he is at the top of his game and should be the world champion when all is said and done. Matt Cardona, I'm not saying he should be WWE champion by any stretch of the imagination, but he got himself over big, and they did not like that. They gave him a shot, and they did not really go through with it because of variables and other aspects about why they didn't like Matt Cardona. Maybe they thought he was a jobber. They gave in. They needed talent at the time, and they weren't really all that pleased with him or all that impressed and didn't want to push him to begin with. Matt Cardona was somebody that got himself over in the WWE big time with what he did online, and they had to succumb to the social media pressure at the time because he was a big deal. Long Island IZ was incredibly popular. I remember watching every fucking show, waiting every week to watch every show. It was different. It was, well, at the time, it was something that was, I don't want to say gave way to being the elite show, but it was definitely an influence for all those things that happened and how we conduct social media, how we do shows on social media, and how we do clips and everything online. He was at the forefront of that. He was an influence in everything that you see now as far as social media presence in the pro wrestling community. Him. He got rewarded for it, and then they took it away from him because they didn't really want to push him. Now he's gone out there and made a name for himself working GCW and all these other promotions, Impact and all this, and he's very good at what he does. Carries himself good. He looks great. He's in great shape. He knows how to cut a promo. He carries himself well. He believes in himself. I don't know how you don't bring him on in. I don't know what his contract is with Impact, but if he's not up yet, I understand. But when he's up, get him in here. I would love to see someone like that take the ball in WWE again and prove everybody fucking wrong. That's the shit that I look forward to. He was done wrong. He was done dirty because they didn't believe in him. He made everybody into a believer now. Now he's going to be back potentially to prove everybody wrong that doubted him in the first place. That's no longer there. I get off on that type of shit, man. I love that. That's fucking great. So if he's back, I'd welcome him back as a fan. I'd welcome him back with open arms. WWE, going back to Money in the Bank, they may have discussed a never-before-seen theory for Money in the Bank for Austin Theory. Now, a lot of fans have been speculating that WWE doesn't know what they're doing with Austin Theory and the Money in the Bank briefcase. Apparently, he was on NXT not too long ago, teasing a cash-in before Halloween Havoc on Braun Breaker. So it seems like WWE is definitely open up to new ideas for Mr. Money in the Bank Austin Theory. Now, WWE, if they have Theory cash in on Braun Breaker, I think that would be ridiculous because this guy went on TV for months claiming that he would cash in on Roman Reigns, and then if he goes back to NXT and cashes in on Braun Breaker, it would make him look ridiculous. He's basically accepting a less than, and I mean less than, prize in the NXT title compared to what he wanted with the Universal World Heavyweight title. Doesn't really make Austin Theory look like a smart guy. It makes Austin Theory look like a fucking coward and somebody that doesn't believe he can beat Roman Reigns, or somebody that doesn't believe he should be the main event. Now, we don't want him to cash in on Braun Breaker, unless you're going to call Braun Breaker up, which I would be fully for. I would advocate for that big time. And then Austin Theory cash in on him, and then he gets called up. Fine. I would be okay with that. But at the end of the day, it still doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't make Austin Theory look good at all. Austin Theory is ready for the main roster. Was he ready for Money in the Bank? No. He should have never even won Money in the Bank. Vince only had him win Money in the Bank because Vince wanted to fuck the fans. Money in the Bank. That Saturday it happened. He wasn't even in the fucking match. You put 8 guys in the fucking match. 8 guys in the match. And then you want to give me another guy? He wrestled 2 minutes in that entire match, and he won the Money in the Bank briefcase after not being announced at all prior. Lame. Now, the idea is for Austin Theory to be the first guy to wait a full year, like the day of or the night of Money in the Bank. That's the storyline. You have to cash in 2.5 hours. You got to cash in 90 minutes. You got to cash in 30 minutes, that type of thing. I know the idea is on the table, says Wrestle Votes. The idea is Theory would hold Money in the Bank until the WWE does its Money in the Bank, maybe pay-per-view, maybe it happens at WrestleMania, I don't know, which would be the first time that this has been done. Wrestle Votes did not say whether or not WWE would have him become the undisputed heavyweight champion or if he'd failed to cash in, but the idea does seem to be actively discussed as of right now. It's also worth noting that the report didn't say that this is the idea that Triple H is going to go with, just that it's one that is being discussed and right now is not off the table as of this report from Wrestle Votes. At the time of this writing, there's no specific word for plans on Austin Theory, but he is expected to remain as one of the company's featured performers, and should be. He's the future of the company. He is great at what he does, and he's going to be a big deal. I like this. I think that's great. They haven't done it before, and I'm a big advocate for something that they have not done before. I would love to see that. If you don't have anything planned for him, have him put it on the line in a grudge feud and have him lose it to somebody that you can honestly see as the world champion and just give it to that person. Because right now we all know Austin Theory is not going to become the WWE champion or the Universal champion, whatever they plan to do with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is not losing those championships as of right now. This is a prediction. He's not losing those championships until after WrestleMania. There's no reason for him to. He's going to wrestle The Rock. I think we're getting The Rock. I think as a fan, looking at all the feedback and all the vibe this year, I think we're getting Rock at WrestleMania. Otherwise, we would have heard, it's not happening. Nobody said anything. Nobody has said a fucking word about Dwayne. So I think we're getting Roman and Rock at WrestleMania. And there's no reason why Rock is going to beat Roman. None. Why are you going to make The Rock WWE champion? You're enhancing the tribal chief. Him beating Rock is going to be the story. Then after that, then maybe we can discuss about who's taking the belt off Roman and what's going to happen then and blah, blah, blah. But if you're not going to make him WWE champion, what the fuck is he doing with the briefcase? Have him lose it to somebody that potentially could be the WWE champion. They really dug themselves into a fucking shithole with this. But if you want to go and do this never before seen thing, I like it. As 2023 could be used as a reset for Money in the Bank if they do end the pay-per-view and put it at WrestleMania, women on Saturday, men on Sunday. We'll see. Dynamite. Let's shift gears to Dynamite. Warner Media reportedly wants long-term deal with AEW, plans to promote them as a sports on John Arizi's Pro Wrestling Spotlight podcast. there was a conversation about Warner Brothers Discovery running AEW ads during sports programming. Many ads have been airing during TBS coverage of the MLB playoffs. Pro Wrestling Spotlight co-host Bob Smith wondered about the strategy to include footage of people going through tables and Chris Jericho attacking ring announcers. Another fucking snowflake podcast I see. Arisi says he's heard Warner Brothers Discovery is very happy with the product and the ads are a part of the strategy. So this guy, Bob Smith, he wondered the strategy to include footage about people going through tables and Chris Jericho attacking ring announcers. I mean, what do you want? What do you want in the footage? What would you do as far as the footage is concerned? Do we want all fucking hokey, everything is springtime and rainbows and sunflowers for the fucking advertising for AEW, right? I'm sorry. You're gonna put people and shit in the advertising that's gonna get people to say, "Oh shit, I could see that. I don't see that over on the other show." Suck up, be a man, and grow some fucking balls, is what I say. They're trying to make it a sport, says Arisi. That's the strategy. The strategy is that they're pushing AEW into the sports category, not the entertainment category. They're increasing that because of the new ownership, because Warner Brothers is now Warner Brothers Discovery. Everything I hear of what's going on, even with TNT, it's going to be turning into more of a sports-centric network. So they are now putting all their resources behind these promo announcements to increase ratings. So whether or not they're tasteful in regards to the violence and the blood, there's a method to the madness. I'm privy to a lot of insider conversations, at least on the Warner Brothers Discovery side. I have a lot of people there in very high executive positions that I've known for many years, that I worked with and worked for while I was in television here in Nashville. The same people who are now leaders of Warner Brothers Discovery on the ad sales front, they see this property, AEW, as someone they want to be in business with long term. They had a contract trying to do this and want to collaborate and work together so they can work on the next long-term deal with them. I can't get into too much of it, but there's a lot of faith behind the AEW product right now from the folks at Warner Brothers Discovery. Well, but I thought if you go on social media and you dwell in the fucking happenings of the bottom of the barrel fucking troll accounts on social media, on Twitter, AEW is dead. But I read this report and it's anything but AEW is dead. Seems to me AEW and Tony Khan are going to be making bank with that new TV rights deal when the negotiations finally come to a close. Wow. Maybe they can clean up their women's locker room while they're at it. That's good news. That's excellent news. Good. AEW being around is everybody's fucking choice. It's best for business. More opportunities for people to find work. Different pro wrestling on TV instead of the norm every Monday and Friday. Good. I like it. Shows like mine get more content. It works for everybody. I love it. Good for them. Tony Khan is going to score bank with TNT, TBS, and everybody at Warner Brothers Discovery. Lana. You guys remember Lana, right? CJ Perry? Talked about this on Wednesday. Miro. Why isn't Miro on TV? It's a good question, Tony. It's a good question, TK. Why isn't Miro on television? Is Miro not one of your faves? Huh? Is Miro not one of your faves? I would love to wonder. Everybody has a favorite, right? Tony loves Darby, loves Jungle Boy, loves Britt, right? But where's Miro? Where's Miro? Miro should be on TV just like Wardlow on most of the weeks we get television. CJ was asked why she feels Tony Khan does not use Miro in AEW. I have a lot of opinions about this. Tony Khan has a vision. At the end of the day, let's just really say if it's 100% real, I think there's this illusion at AEW that the talent books the shows. Apparently, Jade Cargill thinks that I booked the show too, that I can't have an opinion on it. That take all your anger out on your shit match on Wednesday, out on someone like me. The talent doesn't book the show. That was definitely the conversation. Oh, you go there and you're basically going to become whatever you're made of. But at the end of the day, he's booking the show. It's really no different than WWE. It's just a different director and a different person's point of view. It's like comparing NBC to HBO. At the end of the day, he's going to make the final call. That is what it is. Tony Khan has his favorites, and he's going to push the favorites just like Vince would push his favorites, just like Hunter is going to push his favorites. It's show business. It's nothing personal. It's just what it is. I think my husband is incredible. Many of the fans do as well. I feel my husband is incredible. I feel Vince really valued him in that way and saw that. They hit heads a lot of times towards the end on creative differences. Vince really wanted him as a villain, and Miro wanted to explore this new world. Again, I just take it like I do Hollywood. It's casting, it's the director, it's the showrunner, and at the end of the day, we are hired talent. If you don't really like the person you're working for, then go start your own wrestling promotion and see how that goes for you. I appreciate her honesty, and there's nothing there that she said that people already didn't figure out for themselves. Meanwhile, we get people like Marina Shafir on television, and I'm asking, where's Wardlow? Where's Miro? Where's Andrade? Where's Malachi? Where is Ricky Starks? Where is Powerhouse Hobbs? These are the people that you should be focusing on. Meanwhile, we get Marina Shafir on television on Wednesday night. I don't get it. Where is Miro? Is Miro too WWE for you? I don't understand it. Was Miro one of those guys that wanted to go back to WWE, that voiced his displeasure with going back to WWE? Or what's the deal? He's in AEW. He is all elite wrestling. He is over as fuck. Why isn't he on the show? He's very good at what he does. He's believable. He's everything you would want as a top-of-the-line guy for a world title. And we don't have it. We don't have him on television. It's a shame. Nothing that CJ Perry said is out of the realm of what the fans were already thinking. New signings. The Kingdom. More Ring of Honor garbage. The Kingdom signs full AEW contracts. Maria Kanellis, Mike Bennett, and Matt Taven finished up with Impact Wrestling. I don't blame them. At Bound for Glory and dropped the Impact Tag Team Championships, but it hadn't aired yet. As a result, they appeared on AEW television, while in the Impact realm, they were still Tag Team Champions. So they appeared on AEW television, and the Tag Team Championship match where they dropped the titles, I don't know who they dropped the titles to, did not air yet. So they basically showed up on live television because Impact can't get a fucking live television deal or live programming out on a weekly basis because of the fucking viewership that they pull in, which is less than what I do. And they were upset about that. Some people were upset about it. They debuted in Rampage from Toronto, made a challenge to FTR for the Ring of Honor World titles. Fightful is reporting that FTR had also pushed them to get involved, though Fightful was not sure in what context. However, upon their first appearance, they weren't actually linked to AEW contracts. Since then, Fightful was told that all three have signed multi-year contracts with AEW. So Tony bringing more people in, and he can't even get Ricky Starks and Will Hobbs on television. Meanwhile, we're bringing in Maria Kanellis, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett. Mike Bennett was dead as fucking anything in WWE. Who knows who Matt Taven is? Maria Kanellis is the most valuable asset in that entire group because of what she could do for the women's division. Yet we're bringing in more and more and more. They just signed Bandito. They just signed Juice Robinson. Where is everyone going to go? If you are not signing these people for ROH, what are we doing? This is a Ring of Honor group. This should not be on AEW television, and this should not be on Dynamite or Rampage. I'm sorry. No disrespect to them, but it should not. I am sick and fucking, outside of Chris Jericho, I am sick and tired. Sick and tired of the Ring of Honor shit. I honestly think it's taking away from AEW. There's so many fucking championships. There's so many personalities. There's so many different variables we got to pay attention to. If Ring of Honor doesn't have a TV deal inked by January, what are we doing? What are we doing? I don't want to see all these people taking spots away from AEW talent. I don't. Now, a lot of people are saying when Adam Cole comes back, they should link him up with the Kingdom because they were together in Ring of Honor or New Japan or whatever the fucking, wherever they were. I don't know. Adam Cole should be Adam Cole. Adam Cole should be Adam Cole. Adam Cole does not need to be linked to anybody. So we're already putting him with a group that can't get over on their own, and you want to put Adam Cole with them to basically get them over and show everybody that without the group, or without Adam Cole, the group is nothing. Not really a good look for the Kingdom. Now, can they get over on their own? Maybe. But the more talent you bring in, the less fucking spots will be available. I don't understand why we're continuing to sign, and we can't even get the fucking people on television that we need to get on television that have been there waiting. Just too much. Triple H. Triple H's stance on CM Punk reportedly has changed. WrestleVotes. They've broken many stories. We talked about WrestleVotes a couple of times here on this particular show. He said to Give Me Sport that shortly after Triple H took over in July, he was told that Triple H wanted nothing to do with CM Punk. But that seems to have changed as Triple H's stance on Punk returning has softened a little bit. I did ask over the last couple of days, and it softened a little bit from what I understand. I still think there's animosity. I still think there's a lot of pieces that need to be picked up between the two of them specifically. But Hunter learned from Vince, and Vince made amends with everybody. End quote. WrestleVotes added that the door is not closed for CM Punk in WWE. You know, Triple H is the man responsible for bringing the Ultimate Warrior back to WWE. Triple H is responsible for bringing Bruno Sammartino to WWE in the Hall of Fame. Triple H is responsible for talking to Sting about getting him into the WWE. If Triple H knows anything, it's what's best for business. So when Triple H is reportedly saying that his stance on CM Punk is the door is not closed, I believe it. I believe it. I believe it because of what I just mentioned, that I think Triple H is wanting to do best for business. But I also think that at the end of the day, Triple H wants to take the knife and twist it in the back of Tony Khan. That's the end of the line for the CM Punk talk. CM Punk in WWE? Sure, it sounds good. Sounds great. Do you want him? Everybody's got a mixed opinion. But at the end of the day, if CM Punk is in WWE, it's because Triple H wants him there to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to make AEW look like a piece of shit promotion and get back at Tony Khan, because I know that there is a vendetta in WWE that Tony Khan should not exist, and they blame Tony Khan for ruining NXT. That's how fucking skewed those people are. I guarantee you that there are people in that company that blame Tony Khan for what happened to NXT. It's not Tony Khan's fault NXT ceased to exist. If anything, Tony Khan wanted to continue what NXT was doing and give us great professional wrestling. It's not Tony Khan's fault, but that's what they think. Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are to blame for killing NXT. It's not Tony Khan's fault. But they're going to take it out on Tony Khan, and they're going to do everything in their power, and you've already seen it. NXT pay-per-views, WWE pay-per-views happening on fucking Labor Day. WWE never ran Labor Day. All of a sudden this year, they're running Labor Day. NXT Deadline, their new pay-per-view for NXT, running the same day as Ring of Honor Final Battle. Tony Khan announced Ring of Honor Final Battle. And what do you think WWE does in the same week, days later? Announces a new pay-per-view concept called Deadline on the same night. You think that's done because, oh man, what a coincidence, man. No. That's done by design. They are looking to stick the knife in every chance they get. You don't think Triple H would jump all over this? Give me a break. Now, the other side Who knows if Phil Brooks is even going to entertain this shit? Why would he entertain it? If he's going to continue to do what he did in AEW and WWE, I can't see anybody wanting him in the company. How that locker room would welcome him with open arms, unless he was some fucking plant in the company. Unless he was some inside fucking spy, that planted legitimately, no pun intended, dynamite to blow up the company and make them look bad, only to get his release, buyout of his contract, to go back to WWE and then talk shit about how things were done over there and how Tony Khan embarrassed himself and how AEW is not a promotion anybody should really be meddling with. Sounds like a fucking movie. It's not real life. Could that be the case? I don't know. There are some conspiracy theorists out there. Who knows? But I can't see the locker room welcoming CM Punk back after what he did and the ego he showed and all the fucking ways he threw Tony Khan under the bus and the Elite under the bus and Adam Page under the bus. And going back even before that, claiming how he loves that he's back after 7 years. It was us, and he's back for us, and he loves this and that, and all these positive things he was saying upon his return, which was great. We wanted to believe. He had great matches. CM Punk is responsible for the biggest AEW gate of all time. CM Punk is responsible for the greatest AEW feud of all time with MJF. It all got ruined. Why? Because children, they all acted like children. All over the opinion of one of the most mid performers of all time in Colt Cabana. This all started over Colt Cabana. It all started over jealousy. All started over, Punk is making more money than us. Punk is bigger than us. Punk is more popular than us. This is our promotion. This is our idea, backed by Tony Khan. Tony Khan is paying Punk 10 times the amount the Elite was making. Tony Khan was siding with CM Punk, marking out over CM Punk, left the Elite in the dust. So not only was this all over Colt Cabana, this was all over money issues. This was all over creative. This was all over ego. Children. Now there's an internal investigation going on. Now there's lies coming out about, did the dog get his teeth knocked out? This and that. Who bit who fought who threw a punch here? Did a door get kicked in? Nobody wants to hear this shit. You're a bunch of children. Bullshit. Yet the fans seemingly are divided. Some want Punk, some don't want Punk. Some want Punk back in WWE. Good. Everybody's going to have their say at the end of the day. Opinion. But I can't see him going back. If that man goes back, that is 8 years he sat at home and dwelled on hatred. I'm not saying people can change and turn over a new leaf, but Jesus fucking Christ, it continued going into his first promo in AEW. The first promo back, he's mentioning WWE and where he was before all this happened. For 8 years, this guy has vilified WWE for the way that they handle things, for the way that they treated him, firing him on his wedding day. He's going to openly get up and go talk to Triple H and go back there. Phil Brooks would never be taken seriously ever again. You'd all praise it. You'd all love it. It would be, oh my God, Punk is home. These are the people that vilified him for signing with AEW. I hear them already deleting their fucking tweets. Deleting the bullshit that they spewed Tony Khan for signing CM Punk. How Punk is a failure. These are the first people that would welcome him back with open arms after years of talking shit about this man and what he's done. The IWC is nothing more than a bunch of fucking frauds. Now, would I want him back in WWE? I'm not going to say no. I think it would be a good, fun adventure, for lack of a better term. But I can't see Punk making a difference. What difference is CM Punk going to make in WWE? Well, what difference is he legitimately going to make? He didn't even make a difference outside of Gate, how much money they made, T-shirt sales for AEW shop, shutting the fucking thing down for 3 days while somebody was trying to order a goddamn white T-shirt right? Has he made a difference for AEW? Yes. Was he a huge difference as far as how the advertisers are looking at AEW? I think the advertisers were already on board with AEW before Punk even got there. Is Warner Media going to give AEW less money because Punk is not there? No. Do you want to know why? Because AEW is still doing big pay-per-view numbers. AEW is still doing near 1 million rating without the Elite and without Punk. So at the end of the day, if Punk didn't do what everybody expected him to, AEW is going to be at a 1-4, 1-5. They're going to be competing with Monday Night Raw. If he didn't do that for AEW, what makes you think he's going to do that for WWE? Look at what WWE has done to their shows. They brought Ronda Rousey back. Ronda Rousey is the biggest woman in combat sports history. History. Has she made a lick of a difference on anything she's done on the show? No. She's made things worse. Nobody watches the show for Ronda Rousey. WWE's brought in Bad Bunny. WWE has brought in the biggest musical act of all time. And he did not make a lick of a difference when he was on TV for weeks leading into WrestleMania. Not one lick of a difference. Logan Paul, nothing. Johnny Knoxville, nothing. I didn't expect Johnny Knoxville to make a dent in the ratings, but Johnny Knoxville, all these celebrities, nothing. Brock Lesnar returns, nothing. If you're watching WWE, you're watching WWE. I don't think WWE has made any new fans. WWE's not making new fans. All of CM Punk's fans wanted Punk back to go against WWE. You think fans are going to appreciate CM Punk lying and bullshitting them as he goes back to WWE to fucking pad his bank account? I don't think there's going to be a fucking fan left that gives a shit about CM Punk if he goes back to WWE. You'll get a big rating from the fucking casuals. Punk's back. And then they'll go right back to the rating that was 2-2, 2-1. Is there anybody in WWE that you want to see wrestle CM Punk? I can maybe name 2. Triple H can't wrestle because he's ineligible to wrestle because of his medical condition. And Roman Reigns. And you know how that would end up. Punk is not going back to WWE unless they have a vote of fucking executives and high-level, high-ranking talent in that company that say, you know what, I'll give in, it's best for the business, let's do it. There was even people that were people of influence backstage that would not work with WWE or work with CM Punk if he went to WWE. High-level employees that work in WWE on TV every week, high-level talent that would not work with CM Punk, that would vote no on him coming back. Who the fuck can that be? John Cena's not there anymore. Roman Reigns is there. I'll get to him in a second. John Cena's not there. Undertaker's not there. Randy Orton is out with injury, right? Stephanie McMahon, Nick Khan, Triple H. Triple H wants him back. Triple H, the door is open for him to come back. Nick Khan's going to turn down CM Punk. Nick Khan fucking shits money signs. Whatever Nick Khan wants, Stephanie McMahon's going to do. Who is in the company that's on TV every week that would not work with CM Punk, that would vote no? Roman Reigns. WWE is going to listen to Roman Reigns say no and then go against Roman Reigns? You want to upset Roman Reigns. You want to upset Roman Reigns in the fucking idea that Dwayne is coming back to the WWE. You want to upset the Anoa'i family coming back to the WWE. Yeah, we're going to talk to CM Punk next year. No. If Roman Reigns says no, there's the fucking door. Give me a break. There's a lot working against Phil Brooks on his way back to WWE. We heard the dog story. The dog story supposedly is not true. Meltzer stated on Observer Radio that he's gotten stories from both sides about Larry the dog, about what happened in the locker room after All Out in the media scrum. Meltzer noted on the Observer that, per multiple sources, the story is a fabrication. Meltzer noted that the Observer, on the Observer board, in response to members talking about the subject, anyway, Multiple eyewitnesses said the dog story was a total fabrication. If it was true, the end of the investigation would have been that Punk would be the one staying. So they said that the door was kicked in. They said the door was kicked in and accidentally hit Larry, Punk's dog, in the face. Larry was taken to the veterinarian a few days later for a pre-scheduled appointment and was told that the two of Larry's teeth that were knocked out had to be removed, or loosened, had to be removed. I mean, how many months now removed from All Out? All Out was what, September 5th, September 4th, that weekend? That's when this all happened? It is now October 31st. We're going on Halloween. And you mean to tell me that if a fucking animal in Larry, a dog in Larry, a living, breathing creature in Larry was backstage and he was behind the door and the door was kicked in and his teeth were loosened and the dog was screaming and barking and howling in pain and there was possibly blood with the way the door was kicked in. You mean to tell me that this story was not reported in the hours after all of this leaked? In the days, in the week following all of this was leaked to the dirt sheets? Amongst all the plethora of news, there was nothing about the dog having his fucking face knocked in by the door and teeth loosened. Not one single report about this anywhere in the last 2 months. I find that very difficult to believe. If it was not reported, it's not because, oh, well, it's part of an investigation. I think that part would have been out there in the public. They seemingly got every other fucking aspect about it. Ace Steel biting Kenny Omega, fucking Lucy, Ace Steel's wife, in a fucking cast, watching the dog. Door was kicked in. Then it wasn't kicked in. Now it's kicked in again. Then they said later it was forced open. What side do we believe? I know if my pet is in the fucking locker room with me and he gets injured and the door is kicked in, loosening his fucking teeth, and he's knocked senseless, gotta be blood of some sorts, right? You would stop what you're doing to attend to the fucking dog and get that dog medical attention in the moment he needs it. None of that happened. Punk apparently was in a blind rage and didn't even realize that his dog Larry was being held by a fucking stranger and none of this was going on. He was blind to the fact, numb to the fact, and then he threw punches. I'm sorry, this is very, very far-fetched. Very. And I said that then, and I said this, I'm going to say it now. Seems like a desperate attempt, a desperate act, because Punk knows he's in the wrong, and Punk knows that he's losing the investigation. But none of this should have ever even got to this. None of it should have ever even got to this point. I don't understand it. Tony Khan should not bring back CM Punk. I don't think Tony Khan needs CM Punk. I would rather have a harmonious locker room and not have to deal with CM Punk. I would rather give up the millions. Give up the millions that AEW could potentially make and not have CM Punk and have a harmonious locker room. There are people that don't want to work with him. Chris Jericho went on social media, or not social media, he was reportedly saying that CM Punk is a fucking cancer to the locker room. Allegedly, it was reported that Chris Jericho told CM Punk that he is a cancer to the locker room and a detriment to the company. One top star said that Punk won't be back. His value on screen isn't 1% worth the hassle and black cloud he causes backstage. Another star noted that the team has decided he's out, and regardless of some being willing to work with him, the collective decided that he was voted off the island. He's voted off the island. Good. After what he did, I don't know how anybody brings that man back and puts him in front of a fucking camera. But the sad thing is, we can sit here and say it should have never happened. But the sad thing is, none of these men are going to work through this and make this into television and make it into money. That's the sad thing. They're not really for us. They look down on us. Most of these fucking pro wrestlers look down on us. They're not for us. As long as it pads their wallet, pads their ego, and they get what they want at the end of the day, whether it's through creative or fucking political pull in the locker room, they don't give a shit about us. We're just there. We're just there. We're the noise that they fucking feed off. Yeah, look at these marks who pay all this money to come see us perform. It's sad, but that's the way it is. Punk wasn't thinking about us when he went into that blind rage. None of them were thinking about us in any way, shape, or form. How do you bring this man back to television? And additionally, about the Larry situation, that story came out the exact day the Elite were getting a return vignette promo on Dynamite. I find that funny that all that news came from Punk's camp on the same day that they are ready to bring the Elite back to television. That doesn't sound bizarre to you? I know it sounds bizarre to me. I think CM Punk is great. What he's done, I'm a fan of. Who he is, I'm a fan of. What he did here, I'm not a fan of. Everybody acted very selfish, very childish, and they only thought about themselves in that moment. I hope that he's home, thinking about what he's done, and that ego takes a fucking reality check, because what he did, I doubt he finds work ever again anywhere else. The only way he'll find work is if he goes back on legitimately everything he's built his reputation on, and if you don't have your fucking reputation, you have nothing. I do not see him back in AEW, and I do not see him back in WWE, and I don't think either company needs CM Punk in 2023. Moving on. There are people in AEW that are pushing for MJF to be a full-blown babyface. And this is the last thing I think we'll talk about tonight. Actually, I got a couple of other things, and then we'll end with Bray Wyatt. MJF. There's people within AEW pushing MJF to become a full-blown babyface. Brian Alvarez, has talked about this on Wrestling Observer Live. He said, and I quote, "Ever since he came back, the fans have wanted him to be a babyface. They wanted to cheer him. When he first came back, he was not supposed to be the babyface. He was supposed to be a heel. And they cheered and they cheered and they cheered. Then for several weeks, they started doing a deal where he would come out before the show and bury the crowd to try and make sure he was booed during the show because they wanted him to be a heel." Alvarez continued, and I quote, "Well, now they are no longer doing that. They are just going with the moment. The question is, do you go all the way with it, or do you do whatever he ends up doing and make him a heel again? What I can tell you is that there are people within AEW that strongly believe that they should go with him as a babyface right now. They feel that he could be a massive babyface star for AEW. They think that is what he should do now." Alvarez said also, there are people who believe he could be a generational babyface. That was not the intention when he came back, but things just happened. Meltzer noted that MJF wants to stay a heel and he does not want to be a babyface. Meltzer said this: "People are dying for a super over babyface, but that's what the business is really missing, is that babyface that gets that kind of reaction. And if you got one, then don't turn him heel. I know he doesn't want to be a babyface. I know he wants to be a heel. Again, the time to turn him heel is the time to turn him heel, not when you want to do it. Not like Ric Flair, who would turn babyface, get super over, draw ratings, and then Ric Flair would sit there and go, I don't want to be a babyface. I want to be a heel. Turn me heel. It was a mistake so many different times." MJF is, and you guys can chime in on this. You know, you could correct me if I'm wrong. MJF is, how old is MJF? 25, 26 years old. I don't need to sit here and fucking suck MJF's dick. He knows how good he is. I'm not going to sit here and pander to MJF. I'm a wrestling fan at heart. I've been doing this shit for a very long time. I've been watching the product since I was 4 years old, watching WWE, now AEW and WWE. It's never left my childhood. I've seen people come and go. I've seen people fucking hit the top, hit the bottom. I've seen things go right. I've seen things go wrong. I've seen the top of the line guys. I've seen the bottom of the barrel guys. I was fortunate enough to live through the age of Stone Cold Steve Austin and Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, in WWE. Okay? I don't really think that it's wrong to say that at the end of his career, maybe by the time he gets into his 30s, he's not even at the tip of his fucking prime yet. He's not even in his prime yet. It's a fucking goodie. That's the ridiculous thing about it with MJF. When he gets to be that veteran on the roster, and I mean 30, 31, 32, 33, when he gets into that point of his career, he is going to be on the level of Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And he's already trending to be that right now. They marched to the beat of their own drum. They marched to the beat. Stone Cold came out. He didn't act like a babyface. He didn't act like a heel. He was just Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rock came out. He didn't act like a babyface. He didn't act like a heel. He marched to the beat of his own drum. The fans fucking cheered him. If MJF wants to go and march to the beat of his own drum and be the MJF that we all fucking love, and I mean that MJF fucking complete tear you to shreds via a promo MJF and have absolutely no regrets about what he said. If fans want to cheer him and he wants to be that, that's fine. The one mistake that AEW can do, the biggest mistake that AEW could do, is dictate what he wants to be or what he needs to be. If you tell MJF, well, listen, Max, I'm going to need you to be a babyface. Max, I'm going to need you to be a heel. Why don't you just let Max go out there and be fucking Maxwell? Why don't you let him go out there and be MJF? I don't get it. Why do we need to put a label on something that is honestly and obviously taking a life on its own? I don't get why we need MJF to be a fucking babyface. Now, I don't think he's going to be a babyface. I honestly do think that he's going to go back to being a full-fledged heel like he was before he came back. I think he's going to go, and what we've seen on television is going to lead to him being a heel. I think all of this is just me speaking from my point of view, what I think, what I'm interpreting. It's an opinion. Don't get fucking butthurt over my opinion here. It's only pro wrestling. From what we saw on Dynamite, I feel like the firm is all set up. I think the beatdown had to be believable enough to sell the thing that we got on Wednesday, and I think at the end, they're going to end up helping MJF. It's got to be believable enough, otherwise you're not going to believe the storyline. Can't go soft on MJF, otherwise we're not going to believe the storyline. I'm interested in what they do. I'm interested in the story that they tell, and I do believe MJF is playing everybody for a fool. Either that or somebody in the Blackpool Combat Club, William Regal, turns heel on MJF. But MJF is not winning this match clean. There will be some fuckery in the end. There's no doubt in my mind that if MJF says, I'm going to win this clean, MJF is not winning the match clean. That's just my point of view. Additionally, like I said, why are we putting labels on something? Why? MJF, if he wants to be a heel, that's the greatest value that MJF presents AEW. How many people in that company can play a heel like MJF? You know, you need somebody like MJF to play a heel character that he's played in the past because it just makes everything around him better. It makes the story better. It makes the crowd reaction better. It makes the fucking in-ring story and the matches better. Because with every story, there needs to be a villain and a hero. There needs to be a Joker and a Batman. There needs to be a Yankees and a Red Sox. There needs to be a Braves and a Mets, okay? MJF is so good at fucking what he does. You want to take that away from AEW where they have a plethora of babyfaces that could be over and you want to make him a babyface? If you don't actively have somebody on the level of a heel that could be the next MJF, then you're not doing it right. If MJF cannot be replaced as a heel and nobody can play the heel role like MJF, what are we doing? You got so many babyfaces that could be a babyface, but you want to turn the biggest heel into a babyface and add to the babyfaces and take away from the heels? I know if I'm sitting in at those creative meetings, I'm not doing that. I know I'm not fucking sitting there and saying, yeah, TK, that's great, man, let's go with it. And sucking TK's dick. No. I'll be like, no, this is not the right way. This is wrong. It's not what Max needs. Max is going to do what Max does. MJF is going to do what MJF does. He doesn't need people speaking in his ear. You got to be this, you got to be. First of all, you're telling the most fucking over talent in the fucking wrestling industry right now, the hottest act in all of pro wrestling outside Bray Wyatt. You're telling him what to do? First of all, that's disrespect. You're not going to tell someone like that what to do because he gets his. He gets his character. Mind your fucking business. If MJF wanted to be a babyface and felt like he could add more to being a babyface, I think MJF would tell you, Tony, I want to be a babyface. It's not the right move. MJF needs to be a heel, and that is my point of view on that. Moving on, SmackDown. We got some news on SmackDown. WWE is already in talks about Bray Wyatt. WWE is talking about Bray Wyatt, plans for Bray Wyatt that will culminate in a feud with Roman Reigns. This is not good. Now, before anybody jumps down my throat, this was all debunked anyway. There was a report by Dave Meltzer that said, even though it's best to keep them apart for a while, the idea of Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt could be the biggest program in WWE in a long time because of how hot Bray Wyatt is right now. Now, there's no word on if this is in the plan. There's no word on when this may happen. But as expected, I think it's going to be Reigns and Rock at WrestleMania. So we may not be getting Roman versus Bray right now. And it was debunked after this Meltzer report. And Fightful reported this in regards to the rumors that Bray Wyatt was imminently set to feud with Roman Reigns. One source in WWE Creative claimed that this was false. Specifically, they said, where would we go from there? And another noted that they learned from the Fiend run. I believe them. I believe them in regards to the Fiend run. Triple H is not going to make the same mistakes that Vince McMahon did, and Bray Wyatt will not let them happen. I'm pretty confident in that opinion, and I'm pretty confident in that assessment. Do we do Roman and Bray? Yes. Yes, we do. But it's got to be the right time, and it's got to be the right place. I do think we're getting Rock and Roman at WrestleMania, so clearly anytime before WrestleMania, if that is the feud that they're planning, would not be ideal for Roman and Bray Wyatt. It's not going to be ideal. Unless we do Bray and Roman before WrestleMania, take one of the titles off of Roman, which would be the Universal title, give the Universal title to Bray Wyatt, have him beat Roman, keep him on SmackDown, take the WWE title with Roman, move it over to Monday Night Raw, sell Roman and Rock at WrestleMania for the WWE title, and have Bray start a new feud with somebody else for the Universal Championship. Yeah, that's a possibility. That's an idea. Do I see that happening? No, because then that means Roman would have to lose going into WrestleMania in a match with The Rock, and that is what is the holdup here. WWE will not have Roman lose before WrestleMania. So everything that I just said is not going to happen. But it's an idea if you want to do this before WrestleMania. If you want to do it at WrestleMania, then WWE more than likely cannot bring The Rock in. I don't know what their stance is on The Rock. I don't know what his status is. I said this several times today already. I do think that he's on his way in, but by chance, if they don't have him at WrestleMania, then I would be okay with Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, with Bray beating Roman for the world title. Now, he's not my first choice. I think Cody Rhodes would be my first choice. Still, to this day, Cody is my first choice. I would prefer Cody versus Roman over everything. Cody versus Roman over Wyatt. Cody versus Roman over Rock. That's just me. You may be tired of the Cody narrative. I don't give a shit. I think Cody winning the Royal Rumble and Cody selling that story going into WrestleMania would be rich and full. And that's what I want going into WrestleMania. I want to care about a title match going into WrestleMania because so many times in the past we have went into WrestleMania and not given a shit about the title match that they're selling us. There's no reason why anybody would not be interested in that. So again, Wyatt and Roman, if you want to do it, I'd be okay with it at WrestleMania, but it's not my first choice. And if you're going to do it, you're going to do it at WrestleMania and not before. That is, if you don't have Rock. But neither of these things, neither of these discussions are going to happen. What will happen is Roman and Rock will happen at WrestleMania. Roman will beat Rock at WrestleMania. The Tribal Chief will be unstoppable. Roman Reigns is going to be embarking on 1,000 days as Universal Champion. 1,000. That's a nice round number. I think WWE is going to go and break that record with Roman Reigns. They want that in the record, but it's a nice number for Roman Reigns. 1,000 days as Universal Champion. Nobody of the modern era will even come close to that. I do think that Roman will hold the title through WrestleMania well after WrestleMania. And I do think that Bray Wyatt, now how we get the championships off of Roman, that's another story. I do think that at least for the WWE Universal title, I think that Roman will lose the title to Bray Wyatt when the time is right. Whether that's in the middle of the summer, whether that's at SummerSlam, I don't know. What about the WWE title? I can guarantee you, this is my prediction. I think after WrestleMania, that Raw after Mania, we will get the 2023 draft. I think at that point, it will be easy enough for WWE to have Roman and Rock at WrestleMania, have Roman beat Rock, take the WWE Championship away from Roman via the draft. It's been way too long. The draft is happening. Roman, you went through WrestleMania. We need the WWE title back on Monday Night Raw. Take the title from him. The Universal Championship is the one that's going to be in the record books, not the unified title. Take the WWE title, put it on Monday Night Raw, have a tournament for it. Or if they want to bring back the King of the Ring tournament, have the King of the Ring tournament be for the WWE Championship. Simple. That way Roman doesn't have to lose the title, be a pinfall or anything like that. He can do what he's got to do with The Rock. And then Bray Wyatt can focus on one title and Roman Reigns on SmackDown and then build him up. But it's looking like Roman and Bray is going to be the match when it comes down to it. And it looks like Bray may end up beating Roman Reigns and being the one to beat Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. The WWE title, easy enough to take him and take that belt off of him via the draft and put it back on Monday Night Raw. It's not happening now, so you guys don't have to worry about it. But there are ways around it, and I just documented that right here. And finally, guys, before we get into the Super Chats, spoiler on the possible identity of Uncle Howdy, which we saw full-fledged on SmackDown. A mysterious figure appeared on the big screen at the end of SmackDown to say to Wyatt that he could never hide from him, and he referred to himself as Uncle Howdy. Fans speculated online about the identity of this character. I know Vincent from The Righteous has been thrown out there, and he has been in the rumor mill about him being Uncle Howdy. There was a potential clue as Howdy was wearing a cross earring on his left ear. This just so happens to be the same type of earring Bo Dallas wore on his WWE television run before his departure. Brian Alvarez reported previously, before all of this, that Bo Dallas is expected back in the company soon. And although not confirmed, it would make sense for Bo Dallas to be in the group that is led by Brother Bo. I saw this picture. I'm sure you guys saw it as well. It could be. It sounded like Bray to me, but if they're brothers, it would not be that difficult for Bo to disguise his voice as Bray Wyatt. I love it. And the Uncle Howdy mask looked very creepy. So whoever they got doing the fucking masks, I mean, I didn't even expect the Uncle Howdy fucking character to be wearing a mask. When we first saw it last week, it looked like a real person. Then we saw that this was a man behind the mask. What I do think Bray Wyatt is going to be embarking on, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, give me what you think is going to happen. I honestly think Bray Wyatt is going to go through 6 different stages, 6 different personalities. I honestly think that what we're seeing is 1 of 6 personalities, 2 of 6. You're going to get Bray in the ring that you see him, human Bray, Wyndham. Then you're going to get Uncle Howdy. Who are we going to see next? I don't know. Uncle Harper. Oh, no. Who was the other one? Uncle Howdy and Uncle Harper, I think. It's going to be a situation where we see 6 personalities of Bray, and they're all going to be telling him what they're telling him. And I feel like Bray is going to find people that he knows, and he's going to find people to fill out these personalities and fill out these visions that he's seeing in human form, whether that ends up being who has been reportedly going to be a part of the Wyatt Six, whether it's a Liv Morgan or a Vincent or Bo Dallas or a Joe Gacy or whoever else, Karrion Kross. I feel like Bray is going to fill out these 6 different visions and 6 different egos, these alter egos. And I think he's going to fill them with human form with whomever is going to play the role of the Wyatt Six. That's what I think is going to be. I don't know. But only time will tell. But at the end of the day, SmackDown is leaving you with those cliffhangers, and they're really getting people talking with all of this viral campaign of Bray Wyatt, the QR codes and this and that, and the mysterious vignettes. It's working. And Triple H reportedly even wants more mysterious vignettes for everybody that is going to be making their debut in the WWE like this to generate buzz and interest. It's very interesting, man. That's my take on Bray Wyatt. Anyway, guys, that is all I got for you. That is the show, okay? If you're new around here and you tuned in for the first time because of what happened today on social media, I greatly appreciate you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed something here, something that you liked, something that you took away from today's show. I'm not as vile and villainous and heinous as everybody pretends that I am. I love the sport. I love pro wrestling. I love talking pro wrestling. I love being in the business and the name that I carved for myself here. I love everything about it. That's what I'm about, man. At the end of the day, I'm about passion, and I want things to be, I want better pro wrestling. And everything I say comes from a place of love and a place of passion. Always. It's always been that way. So if you took anything away from this show, if you're new around here, man, I appreciate you, and hopefully you hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that thumbs up, man. We have 1,500 likes. Yeah, everybody said I dug my own grave today and then I'm going to be finished. Bro, we ain't finished. We're just getting started. We're just getting started, man. Hit that thumbs up. Continue to hit that thumbs up. I'd love to get as close to 2,000 likes as possible. Super chats are open. Get them on in. And we got 14 new members tonight in the OTS VIP club, man. That is absolutely incredible. 14 new members, man. You guys are awesome. It's the last call, guys. We're going to get into the super chats. And I want to thank you guys for taking the time to donate to the show. We're going to start off with MGM Ballin. Ballin, thank you so much, brother. Days like today make being a wrestling fan uncool. I don't understand why they focus so much on negativity that isn't even directed towards them. I don't know what to tell you, Ballin. I don't know what to tell you. And they say I'm the negative one, bro. Heisenberg. Canadian 279 Super Chat. Love the work, JD. Never let anyone get you down. Not gonna happen, bro. Tay the Savior with a new membership. Thank you so much, brother. JLD with a 4-month membership. Hey, bro, just want to say you have my support always. Keep being you, never change. Hashtag Team JD from NY 206. Thank you, JLD. I appreciate you, brother. And thank you, Tay. What the fuck are you guys drinking tonight, man? Cheers. Resonant Justice with a new membership. Resonant, what are you drinking, brother? Thank you for becoming a VIP channel member tonight. KW with a $49.99 super chat. Whether you like him or not, CM Punk was right. The entire locker room is filled with children. They can't hear this match will suck without having a complete mental breakdown. It's sad to believe. You are correct, KW. They are children, and you know I never seen pro wrestlers in my entire life so upset and soft at criticisms, minor criticisms of what fans say about the show. It's almost as if the wrestlers hate the fans themselves. It's amazing. KW also with a new membership. KW, thank you so much, man. Michelle Moran with a $2 super chat. How do you think the fans will react to the Elite? I think they get a great reaction on their way back. Eddie Hazard with a 15-month membership. We still love you, JD. Keep your head up. Like anything else, the detractors will find something else to be outraged about within a week. OTS for life. Eddie, you are not wrong, brother. This will be yesterday's news by tomorrow morning. Bizzle is back with a new membership. Bizzle, what are you drinking, brother? Sidro $5 super chat. Sidro's the comedian in the venue. What did Steve Austin say when asked to describe a basic unit of electrical power? What? Jesse, what do we give that? What do we give that in taco rating, bro? 3? 2. Now we're gonna go with 3. Three tacos out of 5 for that one, Sidro. Thank you, brother. Snub Blitz with a new membership. Snub. Thank you. Ominous Roan with a new membership. Thank you, guys. What are you drinking? Not Today Jay with a $4.99 super chat. Boy, that AEW Women's Locker Room Plus. Apparently Sonny Kiss was mad because she spoke the truth. I don't know what you want me to say, man. I can't say anything sucks nowadays. Marina sucks. Sonny Kiss sucks. I'm sorry. Vilify me all you want. People are allowed to speak their opinion on what they do not like. Magician Sapphire with a $5 super chat. For all the grief the AEW Women's Locker Room is giving you, Marina vs. Jade better be a banger, or they're going to look really stupid when that match is over. Sapphire, I said this not only tonight on this very podcast, but I said it on social. If that match is not a fucking Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano classic, I'm ripping that thing to shreds, man. They really set the bar high for themselves. Money Senpai with a 6-month membership, drinking the best rum and coke out there, listening to the IWC GOAT. The women's locker room needs to get their minds right. Haters are gonna hate. That's all they are, man, haters. I've created a market for myself of what they do, and they fucking can't stand that. They can't. Meanwhile, you got all these fucking brown nose rubbing fucking wannabe fucking journalists who are out there trying to befriend everybody in these fucking promotions just to be in the know and in the zone. That's who they want on their team. Suck-ups. It's not me. And it never will be. Sidro with a $5 super chat. Scott Dawson can run wild, but his partner can dash wilder. I like that. I like that one, man. That was a creative one, bro. Sidro with the $5 super chat. I like that one, man. Thank you. Phil with a $5 super chat. Scott Dawson. No, I'm reading Sidro's again. Phil with a new membership. Phil, you're not a member, bro? Phil, how aren't you a member, bro? This cannot be right. Phil, thank you for the new membership. What are you drinking? Sidro, again, thank you for the $5. I appreciate it, man. Spencer Morgan with a $10 super chat. Bryan Danielson really beat the crap out of Sammy on Dynamite. I wonder if some receipts were thrown in that match. I'm drinking a Pilsner from Port City, a local craft brewery here in Northern Virginia. I like your craft beer game, Spencer. Going local is good, bro. Some locals really do suck, but going local is good, man. And yes, Bryan was very stiff to Sammy. I don't know if you would call them receipts, but it might have been. That's just the way Bryan wrestles. Hologram with a $5 super chat. I bleed OTS and go to war for the bloodline. Hologram, thank you so much, brother. We're the ones, bro. We're the ones, legitimately. Number one, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, back on Monday. Number fucking one. And there's a reason for that. Joey D, 225 with a new membership. Joey D, what are you drinking, brother? Sidro with another $5 super chat and a joke. Why did members of the NWO not eat their dessert on table for 3? It was too sweet. I like that one too, Sidra. You're on a roll tonight, Sidra. I got to give it to you, man. You're on a roll. The J. Caleb Show. $5 super chat. The only thing she has done is be Nyla's lackey and started to wear more makeup. That's it. With a $5 super chat. Bro, that's more information than I know, bro. I don't watch Dark. I don't watch Dark, yet she's on Dynamite getting a title match, and she hasn't been on TV in months. It's not a good look. Kyle Owens with a $19.99 super chat. JD, huge fan of the show, my brother. Thank you, Kyle. Any chance you could come to San Antonio for the Royal Rumble in January? I've got my tickets and would love a VIP meet and greet. Whiskey and steaks on me. OTS for life. I don't know, bro. I'd love to go to San Antonio. I had a good time in Texas. I went to Austin, Texas, and then drove out in the sticks to a good friend's wedding. And I would love to do San Antonio. I would. But traveling during those types of shows, being away from home for a Royal Rumble, man, it's tough. It really is. You know, I would like to be grounded for that, and I would really like to be in the command center right here, you know? But I appreciate that, man. Thank you for 20. Beer Monkey with a 3-month membership. Hi, JD. Been a fan for over 7 years. Thank you so much for the hours of entertainment you've given me over the years. Beer Monkey, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for 3 months. You know, they also, Rebel also took my pinned tweet on my Twitter account and says I should look in the mirror and heed my own words as far as being a better version of myself. Meanwhile, they took even my pinned tweet on Twitter out of context. It merely meant, from day one I did this to where I am now, look at the fucking venue, look at the beer garden, look at the production, look at the sound. This is off the script. They took that and even misinterpreted that and took it out of context. That's how vile these people were today. They were looking for everything they could to drag my name through the dirt. Ridiculous. Beer Monkey, thank you, brother. Basic with a $4.99. Wow, Jade with the weak comeback. Man, her body is hard, but her ego is very brittle. All they did was add to the fuel, add to the fire of the toxic AEW women's locker room experience in regards to Thunder Rosa. If there's heat on Thunder Rosa, that's all they did to me. They pretty much proved everybody doesn't like Thunder Rosa for one reason or another. Yeah, the truth will come out. The truth will come out one of these days. Sways, New Zealand, $3.49 super chat. How bad is the Twitter IWC, bro? Had your back today. Thank you, Sways. I appreciate you, man. I saw that, bro. Thank you so much. Sidro with a $5 super chat. What happens when a longtime wrestling dirt sheet rider puts a diva action figure in the microwave? Melts her. Bro, I'm gonna have to get some booing sound effects, you man. That one didn't hit. Jesse, that's a 1 star, 1 taco? 1.5 tacos, bro. Sorry. We got some good songs on here, man. JP5150, man. Listen, JP5150, $10 super chat, golden microphone VIP. Took a picture with this guy outside Club Laboom last night for House of Glory, man. Says, JD, meeting you at Club Laboom for House of Glory Exodus was truly an honor. Also, bro, never forget the influential quote from Plato. No one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. Hashtag ice cold truth. Thank you, JP. Listen, brother, I couldn't thank this guy. JP, thank you so much, brother. As always, I'll see you at the next Hog Show if You do indeed come in December, man. December 17th. We got Kenta coming to the NYC Arena. Sidro with a $5 super chat. Last one, my tribal chief. What did Braun Strowman holler at a group of tourists from Finland? I'm not finished with you. Sidro, I don't know where you get your material, bro. That was a good one. Jesse, that's it. I'm giving that one 4 stars. 4 tacos. Thank you, man. Joseph Versleys with an 11-month. We are the customers. We are the reason they have jobs. And if you don't respect what you have to say, if they don't respect what we have to say, then they don't respect our money. Entitlement. I don't care, man. I know at the end of the day, I was not wrong in any which way. Jordan Plays with a $2 super chat. Stop covering AEW. They hate you. Now, it's just a select few of the women that hate me, man. I know for a fact that that locker room absolutely watches the show. Lord Jake Coyle with a $5 super chat. These women better show up on Wednesday after this shit. Jesus Christ, yes. Magician Sapphire with a $10 super chat. Congratulations, JD. You did something TK couldn't accomplish in months. Unite the AEW women's locker room. Now do the men's locker room so we can have a united AEW again. Just kidding. OTS forever, my dude. Magician, you know, I would like to agree with you, bro, but it's a unified women's locker room on one side of the locker room. It's legitimately one side of the locker room. Nick Williams with a $10 super chat. If I was Tony Khan, I would suspend all these women who cyberbullied JD today. I don't think so, Nick Williams. That's not going to happen. Though I do think Tony Khan should have a social media advisor and take these fucking women's phones away from them. You don't see WWE superstars tweeting like that. The Three Kings with a $1.99 super chat. Britt wants revenge for Thunder Rosa stuff, I bet. That's exactly what it is, bro. It was all a calculated fucking thing. The floodgates opened when I answered Jade Cargill. And I find it funny because Britt followed me a few days ago and I asked myself why. This is why. Strategic. They seen an opening. They took a shot. I fell for it. And then that's what I got. Chris with a 4-month membership. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being you, man. Never changed. Been a VIP for 4 months. Cheers to you and Off the Script family. Love you guys. Thank you, Chris, for the 4 months, brother. Mick Swagger with a 15-month membership. I hope they can't... Well, I hope they can't yai name during their match. That would be epic. I hope they chant your name. No, nobody's going to chant my name. In Baltimore? Why would they chant my name? I'd love if somebody showed up in Baltimore with a fucking huge-ass sign right on camera. JD was right. Cody Snyder with a $20 super chat. Thank you, brother. CM Punk is a John Carpenter fan and now should work with Carpenter and Kurt Russell on part 3 to escape from New York and escape from LA, escape from the island. Voted off. I stand with CM Punk. BS smear campaign. Listen, man. Punk is going to have a lot of free time to do whatever the fuck he wants. Was it a smear campaign? I think Punk kind of caused himself the problems, to be honest with you. Jordan Plays with a $2 super chat. Give AEW zero attention. They are a disaster. Nah, I can't do that, bro. People are gonna be looking for me on Wednesday's show, man. I have to see this shit show. King Chris with a 2-month membership. Don't change for nobody, bro. You're the man for a reason. Keep it up. We've got you here. I know you do, Chris. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Killer Swag 216 with a 4-month membership. Love him or hate him. CM Punk called this shit months ago. And now it's playing out right before our very eyes. Here's to show support to OTS and to JD. Thank you, Killer Swag. I appreciate you, man. Gary the New Man with a $2 super chat. That match better be a 5-star match. LOL. Bro, I'm talking Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25 levels. Dr. Glorious with a 4-month membership. You know Jade Cargill had nothing to say when she brought up that you can't do a pull-up. You are the truth of professional wrestling. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Glorious. I can't do a pull-up. That's the lame fucking comeback that the TBS champion had. Resonant Justice with a $4.99. Even Ryan Satan had to open his mouth on Twitter saying, it's all your fault for how you act, JD. All the clowns in the IWC came out to... Fuck Ryan Satin. Ryan Satin's just another salty fucking geek who knows that I pull more fucking revenue and I pull more fucking viewership than he does on his fucking out-of-character bullshit fucking podcast. What a fucking lowlife. You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. Ryan Satin. Guy's been on my fucking balls for years, man. Guilty as charged. Salty. That I own him in every possible fucking way. He could never dream of the fucking audience that I've assembled for myself. Meanwhile, he rode the coattails of TMZ and Fox to get where he's at, and he still sucks and still comes off like a fucking cocksucker. And Satin was no better replying to fucking, Sap, I should say. Sap was no better replying to Ryan Satin. They're all pieces of shit. The Script Keeper with a $5 super chat. Don't worry about anyone who don't have nothing better to do than to attack people on Twitter for giving their opinion. Ace emoji. Thank you, Script Keeper. Omega Con with a $5 super chat. I want an OTS hoodie. OTS till I die. I believe they're on Bonfire, bro. You can get them on Bonfire, bro. I got hoodies on there. Any one of those shirts, I think you can make into a hoodie. I'm done with AEW forever. Take that AEW hoodie off and burn it. Listen, man, it's cold in my office. I needed to wear something to keep myself warm. My Symphony X hoodie is in the wash. Edward Liu with a 15 months. An underlying issue with Jade Marina is that it's a rematch, and AEW's been going down that well way too often, but that's getting swept under the rug. Edward, the match doesn't make sense because Marina hasn't been on TV. The only reason why it's happening is because Marina is associated with Nyla, and Nyla's feuding with Jade over the TBS title until they get to Jade's next opponent. That doesn't make it right. Daniel Easterday with a 26-month. Edward, thank you. Daniel, thank you. Sorry for what happened. You have my support. You're the best at what you do. Thank you, Daniel. Raging Girl Gamer with a 26-month. Always keep it real, JD. AEW is going downhill. It's a shame you defended so many wrestlers there, and now they want to attack you. Fuck them. I love you, Reg. Thank you. Spencer Morgan with a $5 super chat. You got to add a get her out emoji for Jade Cargill. Everybody in the chat, all my VIPs in the chat right now. Let me see those get them out emojis for Jade Cargill. Not today, Jay, with a $4.99 super chat. I bet if you said this about Belair vs. Cross tomorrow, if it was for the title at WWE, would respond the way they did. Wait. I bet if you said this about Belair and Cross tomorrow, if it was for the title, nobody at WWE would respond the way that Jade responded. No, of course not. Of course they won't respond. Gotham Guy with a $5 super chat. JD, you've just made Wednesday's title match must-see TV. The pressure is all on Jade now. I got that type of influence, brother. I got that type of influence for sure. Naft Gaming with a new membership. And Tang484 with a new membership. Gentlemen, what are you drinking tonight? Chris Elliott, 1989 with a $4.99 super chat. My two brothers and myself got your back, JD. Hashtag OTS for life. Thank you, Chris. And your two brothers. Jedi Joke with a $5 super chat. JD's the voice of the IWC, and there's no one on his level. You can't silence the OTS family. Fuck the haters, JD. I'm OTS for life. Hashtag get him out. Thank you, Jedi. Susan D'Ambrosio with the 13 months. JD, I just want to say I got your back 100%. And yes, don't change for anybody. You're the GOAT of the podcast. OTS for life. Thank you, Susan. Dougie Bizzle with a $5 super chat. You single-handedly got people interested in this match on Wednesday. And if they don't deliver, best believe they will hear about it from the fans. They better hit the fucking gym. They better hit the fucking Nightmare Factory. I'm telling you right now. Prodigy RKO with a 15 months. Thank you, Prodigy. JD, big fan of your podcast this past year and a half, but today's comments with the women's locker room doesn't seem like they care about you, even DMD. Prodigy, I don't care. I don't care. If anything that I ever reported is false, I will apologize appropriately. And I said this to whom I needed to say it to. Kazama Fury with a 199. A lot of false victimhood on Twitter, JD. Shaking my head. I know. Apparently everybody in that locker room made themselves into a victim today, but when I tried to tell my side of the story, everybody thought I was acting the victim. Meanwhile, everybody does realize that it all started over me saying I don't want to see Jade versus Marina on Wednesday night. Tay the Savior with the 4 months. Britt Baker, Rebel, Jade Cargill, and whomever was involved in attacking you made themselves a bunch of dummies. I feel bad for you. Savior, listen, man, it's over. The night's over, bro. Phil with the 12 months. I knew Phil was a member. You were targeted in an act of trying to show that they are a unit. I saw everything today and couldn't believe what I saw. Never change. Hashtag OTS for life. Thank you, Phil. Cody with a 7-month membership. Get him, JD. Joey D, $2 super chat. Elon's got Twitter. You're not getting canceled, JD. Elon may charge for verified status on Twitter, bro. Take my money. Not today, Jay, with a $4.99. And JD, if you were apparently racist and sexist, you wouldn't have come to the defense of Sasha and Naomi back in May. Not today, Jay. They only want to listen to what they want to hear. They only want to listen to what they want to hear. If it doesn't fit their narrative, bro. If anything about me is in good light, or in good standing, or spotlighted as positive, they don't want to hear. Yeezus with a $9.99. Guess now we know who's in Britt's circle. Having her pull a screenshot of your tweet just means she's been waiting for this day to happen. Of course. It's the reason why she followed me on Twitter. Calculated and strategic attack. Sucks that I'm not going to change for anybody. They're expecting me to change. Sure. You don't like what I have to say? Go listen to Sap, Suck Your Balls. I'm sure you'll love every minute of that. JC720 with a 4-month membership. Wow, your morning was intense. I saw the match lineup and said the same thing you said, only you got it worse. You can't even express your opinion. JC, believe me, I'm going to express my opinion, brother. Ricardo Nunez with a $20 super chat. Just want to show support for the show, JD. Thank you for everything you do. Cheers, bro. Appreciate you, Ricardo. Christy Wilson with a $1.99. Hell in a Cell was getting boring anyway. It's been boring for years, Christy. The Connection with a $2 super chat. This Jade crap embarrasses me to be an AEW fan. You're not the only one that feels that way, Connection. El Fuen. Chilean pesos. 5,000 of them. To the Guru Bonvalet, it was the same. The soccer and commentarist wanted him out for speaking his mind, but he kept doing it like you do. People need to learn to be people again. Only the best, man. Alf Wen, thank you so much, brother. JC720 with a $2 super chat. JD, cheers. Having a shot of Jameson and a Guinness. That's what I like to hear, bro. Love me some Jameson. Tommy Brannigan with a $5 super chat. I'm happy you are open and honest, JD. That's what I love about your show, and I'm glad you are not changing for anyone. You are the best. OTS for life. Thank you, brother. Riddick's Classic Arcade with a 25-month membership. There's that golden mic. Damn right, that match better be a 5-star classic on the level of Gargano and Cole. That was ridiculous what happened on Twitter, brother. Fuck that nonsense. Bro, I'm going to be watching that match with eagle fucking eyes, man. Jim Cornette Jr. $9.99 super chat. Think we'll ever see AOP again? I do. I think WWE brings them back. Or they'll end up in Impact. Just want to say, never let criticism overcome your blessings, bro. Continue on being the IWC's tribal chief. Desmond with a 2-month membership. Thank you, brother. The real Giannis with a new membership. Giannis, what are you drinking, man? Shinobi with a $4.99 super chat. Just showing some support and the love you deserve. The IWC is full of bullshit and toxic people, but your greatness will continue to shine, bro. OTS for life. Thank you, brother. Israel with an 18 months. Thank you, Israel. 18-month membership. You're the most honest person in the IWC. I will continue to support you. Jade Cargill is a hypocrite. After you spoke well of her, don't change. I ain't changing for nobody, Israel. Jedi Joker with a $5 super chat. JD, my friends on Xbox want me to get into Destiny 2. I'd never played before. Any tips for beginners? Jedi, I don't have any tips for you, man. All I can tell you is it's a fucking grind. If you don't have the proper time to dedicate to something like that, bro, then it may not even be worth it to get into it. Sidro with a 3 months. At Breadman's last message to date to JD for unfollowing him. Let the door hit you on the way out. Yeah, fuck Breadman. Breadman was actually on Twitter agreeing with Quincy Jones. Or Quincy Jones, not Quincy Jones. That's too good for him. Quincy Elliott. That's how fucking irrelevant he is to me. I don't even know his fucking name. Quincy Elliott. Agreeing with Quincy Elliott and the way Quincy Elliott came back at me. Basically, I did not like the segment with Shotzi, Trash Legend, and Quincy Elliott on Halloween Havoc. And Breadman thought that it was okay for Quincy Elliott to make it a race thing. He agreed with it. He defended Quincy coming back with what he said, so he's promptly removed from the venue. And he wants to turn it on me as if I did bad to him. Bro, get the fuck out. You owe me a fucking apology. Maybe I'll let you back in here. Now your podcasting viewing experience on YouTube will be fucking boring. But I know you'll watch from a distance, but at that point, you can't chat. Justin Turner with 8 months. Thank you, brother. Love listening to JD. Makes my days better always. I appreciate that, man. All the love tonight, man. I appreciate you guys so much. Shane Arnold with a new membership, and then a $5 super chat. Hey, Jade, you've been a follower of yours since 2015. Glad to be a part of the OTS family. Thank you, Shane. Shane is a new member. Welcome, Shane. I appreciate it, man. What are you drinking? Philip Newton with a $4.99. JD, are you going to check out that great Muta Nakamura match? I am. Maybe. Maybe. Russell Wagner with 13 months. Hey, hope to visit Ireland like you did. Keep being you. Don't let that pack of spoiled females get you down. Thank you, Russell. Now that I let it out on the show, bro, which is my outlet, I'm good to go. Revenge with the 3 months. Thank you, brother. All this just shows that your opinions matter to many, and that locker room really cares about what you have to say. Another W on the board for JD. Comment of the night. Revenge. I appreciate you, brother. Absolutely the case. Asteron Scorpios with a new membership. Thank you, man. What are you drinking on this fine Sunday evening? Robert Hurt with 20 months in the VIP lounge. JD, you rock, brother. We'd love to have a drink with you if you ever come to Alabama. One of these days, man. Appreciate you, Robert. Thank you for the 20 months, man. Stu Sexton with 33 months. Venue was full tonight. Welcome all new members. Keep doing what you do, JD. We support you. Have a great night, OTS. For life, Stu Sexton is one of the fucking final bosses in the venue, man. Oh, my goodness. 33 months. Thank you, bro. Furious Nation with a $50 super chat. Oh, my goodness. What's up, JD? After what happened today, it's said that some wrestlers just can't take criticism. Jade being TBS champion, you would think she'd want better. Very disappointed in her, and I hope Jade versus Marina bombs. You're not wrong in what you said. I know I'm not, bro. If they prove me wrong and they have a good match, I'll say so. If not, better get them pitchforks and spears out, bro. You ain't gonna like what I have to say. KCH Rider 1988 with a 15 super chat. Subscribing to your channel for 5 years and never disappoints. You made my morning, JD. OTS for life from Malaysia. We have fans in Malaysia, bro. Oh, my goodness. Ali with a $4.99. Hey, JD, I just want to say, is what your reaction when you saw Uncle Howdy when he revealed himself on SmackDown? I was surprised, Ali. I didn't think Uncle Howdy was some character or somebody in a mask. The week before, we thought it was just, somebody new, a character. But when we saw Friday Night SmackDown, it was the mask, and I was shocked to see the mask, so I was kind of taken back. But I didn't hate it. I liked it. Hamsand 210 with a $5 super chat. I heard about what happened earlier. Sorry about that, bro. Also tried my first alcoholic beverage, hard grape soda. Also, can I get a Raquel Rodriguez Gonzalez? Your first alcoholic beverage was a hard grape soda, Hamsand. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Next time, come to me, man. I'll guide you. I'll give you tips and tricks, bro. Yeezus with a new membership. Thank you, Yeezus. Furious Nation with a $20 super chat. Also, with the toxicity in the AEW Women's Division locker room, no wonder Thunder Rosa is pissed. Makes me wonder if CM Punk was right about the AEW locker room acting like children. Bro, if the AEW locker room is what was presented today on social media, I do not blame Thunder Rosa for not even wanting to be there. Or wanting to be there. Funny thing is, if she goes to WWE, she's going to be bigger than everybody in that women's locker room, and it will have the last laugh. Yeah, Britt signed there for 5 years, man. What if Thunder Rosa goes to a WrestleMania and gets a championship match? People are going to be saying that Thunder Rosa is in the minor league still? No. Horatia with a $5 super chat. JD, keep being you, man. The fact that your voice carries up from your mother's basement should tell these geeks something. Hashtag OTS Elite. Bro, if they actually saw my basement, they wouldn't be clamoring and chiming in with fucking mother's basement comments. Lord Jake Coyle with a $2 super chat. My $10 super chat on OTS Friday was missed. On Friday, it was missed. Let me see, bro. Let me go back. Let me see. Lord J. Coyle, the last one I got, bro, was a $10 super chat about it being your birthday on the 28th. Finally getting to drink legal in the venue. Also, when YouTube allows you to do music, Coming Home would be a great song when you're on your way to the venue. Coming Home by Alter Bridge. Bro, I don't know if that YouTube music program is going to be all that what we expect it to be. I hope it is. If I could use some Alter Bridge on here, man, I would fucking be as giddy as a fucking pig in shit. I'm sorry about that, bro. Sometimes they don't filter through the YouTube. So sometimes I miss them. Sometimes I miss a membership. It's not my fault. I got everything queued up right here. Christopher's Xbox World with a new membership. Thank you, brother. Furious Nation with $20 super chat. Hearing about WWE wanting Tegan Nox back doesn't surprise me, bro. Woman should have never been cut from the start. Could have been something if given the chance. Would love to see her back. Would you put her on Raw or SmackDown? I would put her on SmackDown, bro. Definitely on SmackDown. Right back where she never got started. MGM Ballin with a $1.99. At least Nikita is cool with you. Get that. Listen, man. If Nikita is cool with me, I'm cool with her. You know? I'm a fan of what she's doing. Shit like this, you know, when I got to get involved with this shit, it doesn't make anybody look good. Isaac Smith with a $5 super chat. Somebody get Kevin Patrick off commentary. He sucks. I don't see Kevin Patrick coming at me on fucking social media, wanting to cancel me. Carmine. $5 super chat. Just want you to know you'll always have my support, buddy. Keep on being you. Thanks for always entertaining us. Carmine, I love you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Hope you and the family are doing excellent, brother. Cool Bro with a new membership. Thank you, man. Bro, what are you drinking, man? AWC Legend with a $4.49. Sorry, JD, I haven't kept track of this, what's happening with you and the AW women onto it. Don't worry about it, bro. It's all over now. I got out my anger and frustration earlier. Hooligan with a $5 super chat. I'm starting to think Raging Girl Gamer's been right about Charlotte Flair all along. Don't instigate, Hooligan. Raging Girl Gamer with a $19.99 super chat. JD doesn't wash his hoodie. Devil emoji, devil emoji, devil emoji. Smells fucking fresh to me, Rage. Smells like Gain dryer sheets. Couple of cat hairs on it because my cats love to sleep on my hoodies, but I'm not going to bother them. Cool Bro with a $4.99. Hey, JD, did you see the Bloodline Waffle segment on SmackDown after the show? Yes, I saw it. It was hilarious. Loved it. Razor Ramon with a $5 super chat. JD, you should already start working on your epic Gettysburg Address rant on the Marina Jade match because it's already known that it's going to be shit. Trash. Don't worry, bro. There's a reason why I call the podcast Off the Script. Tay the Savior, the 199 Super Chat. AEW's women's locker room. Acknowledge him. They've already done that, bro. Tribal Chief with the Canadian $2 Super Chat. Interesting Hater didn't chime in. I wonder why. I'm glad Jamie Hater didn't chime in because I actually enjoy her work. Not to say that I don't enjoy Britt Baker's work. But whatever happened here was completely blown out of proportion, man. Furious Nation with a $10 Super Chat. After watching SmackDown this past Friday, I can genuinely say that Sami Zayn is naturally funny after the very Usi comment. He's definitely naturally funny, bro. Metadata with a new membership. Metadata makes 19 new members tonight. I love it. We got Solid Monster Sounds Off donating $25, man. Solid Monster is donating $25. Jason, thank you so much, brother. You know, a lot of people, when they are here in the venue, they always mention who they love listening to, man. Solid Monster's always mentioned in this realm, always. Jason's a very good friend of mine. I could not even imagine working with anybody else at House of Glory. He's always been respectful of me, and Jason will always, until he quits this fucking podcast shit, always have my support, man. You know, the funny thing is, Jason always listens. He's the one guy that I listen to no other podcast. None. I'll listen to DT, Don Tony every now and then. I don't listen to anybody else, man. I have one wrestling podcast queued up on my Spotify, and it's Solid Monsters. Always. Thanks, Jason, man. I appreciate it, brother. Love you. Jericho8131 with a $10 Super Chat. Wrestlers are the biggest softies in the world. You don't see actors crying when people criticize their acting movies. Wrestlers have a superiority complex, and it's quite pathetic and sad. One love. Thank you, Jericho. I appreciate you, man. Jeremy Lewis with a 15-month membership. Your level of experience and knowledge, and it's sad many still choose rose-colored glasses. People get threatened by things they don't understand. It's been an uphill battle ever since I started podcasting, bro. It is what it is. And Portillo with a 5-month membership. Portillo, thank you so much, brother. OTS for life. Keep it up, JD. Also, my beverage needs an OTS koozie with OTS slogan or OTS logo while I watch the podcast. Have a great Halloween. You know, funny thing is, Portillo, I had OTS koozies made, but last time I did a meet and greet in Atlantic City for a Dynamite Rampage taping, they all sold out. I'll get more made, bro. I'll get more made eventually. Guys, thank you for the love today, man. It was beyond anything I really expected, man. We got 19 new members. We got a hell of a lot of super chats to get through tonight. Solid Monster made an appearance. We love Jason. Thank you so much, guys. If there's one thing that I'm eternally grateful for, is when shit like this happens and we know that we're not in the wrong. And we know that we're a fucking innocent party, man. We were blatantly targeted. When shit like this happens, it's amazing how all of us just band together as a fucking family, bro. What they did was band together as a family in a malicious way, strategic way, planned and organized. For one reason and one reason only. You guys come every single night, show me some love, man. Every single night because of what we built here. I appreciate you guys for that. Always, always, always. Phil with a $9.99 super chat. I don't know why it glitched like that for the membership. I've been a member for a while. Love what you do. You're an inspiration. Hope you saw my tweet from your tweet 4 days ago. I did not, bro. I gotta go back. But Whatever it is, man, I'm sure it's good stuff. I appreciate you guys very much. Man, we're about to get out of here. Next time you'll see me is Monday Night Raw. We'll be live from Monday Night Raw. We will be live from the venue, as always. And it's going to be an interesting week, man. Monday Raw. Roman Reigns is going to be appearing on Monday Night Raw. We got Lesnar on Monday Night Raw. We got Bianca Belair versus Nikki Cross. We'll see what her new name is. She dropped the TR ASH. We'll see what Triple H has in store for her. And the real Giannis coming in late with a $10 super chat. Giannis, I appreciate it, man. I'm not social media. I just watch you because I find your opinions very true and accurate. What's funny is you know more about the wrestling business than these wrestlers do. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you for all the support. Let me see those ace emojis. Let me see those rock on emojis. Let me see those Mustang emojis. And I need that music on max. I will see you tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw. Until then, guys, I love you. Take care. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe. And I'll see you right back in the venue tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw. I'll see you guys later.